Yeah. Fam, how was your weekend? Did you go 4th of July crazy? Did you set any new records on dropping the brewskis and barbecuing? And hopefully you're not all full with soot and looking like you like screwed up over the pit. These holidays, man, they're so great. But yeah, and you know what? It marches us closer to that day. That day of days. You figure the day is already, as we go into the 5th of July. You know, now it's like 22 days means what? 3 weeks. That's it. 3 weeks before it's time to reconvene and get this show on the road. Niners back on the field. You know that's going to go by quick. You know it's going to go by quick. Before you know what we're talking about. As we run around here sweating. Have you got, there's a lot of air conditioning undies you can wear and stuff like that. Come on now. I got to tell you right now, Tommy John, man, I went for the eyes. I got them on there. They feel great. Go ahead. You can contact me, Tommy. I'll do my bit. I'll vouch for you. I know, right? We didn't get together to talk about cooling undies. Today, bold predictions for 49ers and the NFC West in 2021. And at this point in the NFL season, nothing is impossible. And we're going to find that out in short order, too. The Niners have some potential surprises coming up before the season starts, as do the Hawks, the Rams, and the Cards. Tonight, you guys coming in to troll tonight? I'm going to be all over that trolling booty tonight. Tonight, we'll be going to the phones after laying out some scenarios that may or may not happen throughout the tough NFC West with the Niners versus the rest of the bad guys. And we would love to hear your take or even additions to this bold takes evening. And by the way, Joseph Smiley and the Clown Hawks posse, Rams, and if there's any more than just a familia, which is, as you know, Rudy, and we rarely get any Cards fans, and that makes sense. How many times the Cards have, I'll explain why the Cards probably do have a certain amount of shame. By the way, news tidbits, if you notice, for those who got on the big show for saying things about Mac Jones that made no sense to you in particular, I'm neutral on this because I was confused as well. I thought Mac Jones was probably on his way here too, but at the same time, it kept in the back of my mind, nah, really? Nah, maybe. I couldn't make up my mind. I just don't know. I didn't know what Kyle was thinking. Apparently, a lot of people didn't. Anyway, an ESPN writer believes Patriots will send a thank you note to the 49ers for passing on Mrs. Jones' baby boy Mac. You knew this was coming. You knew it was coming. According to ESPN reporter Mike Reese, the Patriots may end up being grateful for the 49ers selection. In a feature asking which AFC East team has the best 3-year outlook, who has the best 3-year outlook, make sure that is the point of emphasis in this BS, for passing on Jones with the number 3 overall draft pick. He slid all the way to New England at number 15 and has made a strong first impression on coaches and players. If he emerges as the quarterback of the future, as the Patriots believe he can, New England's 3-year outlook could threaten Buffalo's, unquote. Okay. There is no quarterback that was picked in the top 5. The 5, right? Well, in this case, including Mac Jones. In the top 15. There is no quarterback in the top 15 that every team is not raving is going to be the next great thing. So this writer saying that is just him trying to draw attention. Okay? See, that's... Why would the 49ers be sitting... I mean, the 49ers feel outstanding. I mean, they feel huge about Trey Lance. So why would they be sending a note of such to New England? Comedy. And the 49ers consider a red helmet worn in 1955 as the second helmet for 2022. It's all aesthetics, but it's always interesting, you know. The 49ers announced last week they will wear red throwback uniforms from 1994 for 4 home games this season in 2022. The league will allow teams to wear an alternative helmet as well. The 49ers could take advantage of the two-helmet rule for the 2022 season with a helmet worn by the team more than 60 years ago. Alex Chang, Niners chief marketing officer, told Jeff Kerr of CBS Sports, this is his quote, "There's really two options for us. Stick with the 94 helmet, which we're already using today, and we love that look, or a 1955 helmet, which was a red helmet with a silver stripe and face mask. We're looking at both. The 49ers will have to submit their intent to the league," unquote. The 49ers will have to submit their intent to the league by the end of this month, July 31st, in order to wear a second helmet in 2022. You know, it's fun to watch the 49ers go back and forth with these uniforms. You know, but ever since we started doing the field up in traditional way back print, it's exciting to watch the 49ers. Let's just win some games and also get to that SB again. On with today's action. I've collected 5 bold predictions from around the net for 2021 involving the NFC West, including what appears to be a shocker, but maybe not. Not many questions that the Niners play in the toughest division within the NFL heading into 2021, the NFC West. It's been like that for years. And while unlikely, the NFC West could feasibly send all 4 teams to the postseason this year, it has been said by many a writer and analyst around the NFL, and it's also possible one of the divisional teams could finish with a 9-8 record this season and earn a last-place berth as a result. See, so it's really kind of, it's probably impossible for the 49ers not to make the playoffs, no matter what. And while that same record would likely earn a first-place finish with a lowly division like the NFC East, Mama, don't let your baby grow up to be cowboys. They're in the weakest division, and if they can't win it, they'll look like a pile of horse dung. You know, see, this is the thing. If the Cowboys don't win the NFC East, and chances are they're not, because the Giants have got some people back there that are going to make it real difficult. And remember, I think the Giants beat the Cowboys last year. Did they beat the Cowboys last year? Anyway, you see... Well, that's going to be fun to watch, Cowboys. Go get them, Cowboys. We'll be watching, and you know this. Seriously, though, the NFC West is that big a gauntlet heading into 2021. Health obviously being a key issue for any team, including the Niners and the rest of the divisional foes. It's certainly going to be productive learning how the pecking order pans out between week 1 and 18. Nevertheless, about some bold predictions for how the Niners and the rest of the NFC West may fare this upcoming season with various adjustments. Starting off with a potential blockbuster move from the Niners' vantage point that, so many want to see realized: the 49ers trade. You know it. Jimmy Garoppolo before the NFL trade deadline. Currently, the Niners are penciling in JG as their starting QB with a number 3 overall draft rookie. Trey, lights out, Lance, waiting in the folds as an heir apparent. The thinking is Lance will develop a full year on the bench, but there are plenty of arguments as to why Lance could end up starting sooner than later. And it is firmly believed that Coach Shanahan won't hesitate to make the switch once he feels Lance gives the 49ers a good shot, as good a shot of winning as Jimmy G. Should this happen, the Niners hustle out from under as much as JG's $26.4 million owed in 2021, saving that money for some much-needed contract extensions coming up. And while the QB market has cooled a lot since the early days of the offseason, it'll likely be much different after only a few weeks of regular season football. Injuries, guys looking just bad in general, and, wanting to make changes. And the 49ers say, well, Jimmy's available. Oh, we'll take him. And, goodbye, Jimmy. The 2021 NFL trade deadline is expected to be on November the 2nd. If Lance is starting at that point, a $26.4 million backup simply won't be feasible, and the Niners will look to move Garoppolo for whatever draft capital they can get in return, even if it's a 6th-round pick. I love this stuff. Next, the Hawks. Rusty Wilson wins the 2021 MVP award. None of us will consider that, but even we can acknowledge the Hawks would be a 500 team if it weren't for little Russie being the player that he is. I hate admitting that, I really do. Wilson has been snubbed last year in favor of the Packers' Aaron Rodgers, despite the former passing for a career-high 40 touchdowns a year ago and being the biggest reason the Hawks are even in the playoff conversation year after year. Hawks, you know it's true. You can chime in and talk a lot of BS bravado all you want to. It's true. And it seems to be a regular yearly occurrence. Wilson gets shortchanged on the MVP votes just in the last few minutes. Somebody sneaks in and snatches him away. Even though you catch all season long, people said, Russell Wilson's looking like the MVP. Of course, Wilson shot himself in the foot last year. He went a 5-week stretch of looking like the worst QB in football. Somehow they still managed to get to the playoffs. I guess that says a lot about Wilson, I guess. And there could be other players more deserving in 2021, such as the Chiefs' Patrick Mahomes, or even the Bills' Josh Allen, who is getting bigger headlines by the day. Perhaps this year marks the time when voters realize Wilson's overall impact on the team in Coffee Land, and go ahead and give it to him, especially considering the Hawks' defense still remains questionable. I know, man, Jamal Adams is on your team. Everybody's heard it enough. You need more than a Jamal Adams to play two different positions at the same time on the field in order to call yourself a good defensive team, okay? I mean, you guys look like one of the worst teams in the year of the season last year versus an air attack. Shut up, Hawks. And it'll have to be Wilson against driving the offense to an even higher level than he did before. What impact this has on Seattle's regular season finish and playoff sitting is anyone's guess. I'd guess not a chance. This is it. The Hawks finally file off the cliff after being the team of great expectation each and every year since 2013. That's a 7-year stretch of we have to hear about the Hawks are probably sitting in the best position to be the NFL contenders. I said, why? They don't, what do they look like? What are you people seeing that nobody else is seeing? You know. But they did make the playoffs on, have the Hawks missed the playoffs since 2014? So I guess I'd have to be quiet. But it's probably a good guess to suggest Wilson somehow will once again propel the Hawks back into the postseason once more, somehow. Next, let's talk about L.A., Los Angeles, California. Here you go. Rams' brand new, shiny QB imported in from Motor City. Matty Stafford fails to play a full season. Oh, no! Nobody anticipates that. Here's the truth. The balance in power within the NFC West supposedly shifted when the Rams made their own blockbuster move during the offseason. It was a little overspoken and overreaching, sending Jared Goff away to the Lions in a package for veteran Matthew Stafford. Stafford is considered a clear-cut upgrade over Goff. But then how much does it take to be a clear upgrade over Goff? The jury is still out as to whether or not Stafford can be the difference between a playoff-likely Rams squad and a legitimate Super Bowl contender. Rudy, Ramilia. Like Jimmy G, though, Stafford also has a bit of an injury history in recent years. Like Jimmy G, though, he's 33. This reputation isn't likely to go away anytime soon. One of the biggest question marks facing LA this season is that O-line. You put it together, a guy who can get hurt, doesn't have an offensive line. Could get hurt against the 49ers real easily. We have a defensive line that is like piranhas when it comes to a guy standing in the pocket without an offensive line to protect him. Ask Aaron Rodgers. Andy Dalton. The list goes on and on. One of the biggest questions mark facing LA this season is that O-line, which could see a downgraded center with Brian Allen, who is back and will replace former Rams center Austin Blythe. Pass protection could be a notable concern for Stafford this season, and I'm sure he's already concerned. And while he managed to appear in all 16 games last year for Detroit, it was clear Stafford wasn't 100%. healthy for the duration of 2021, and this could ultimately mean he won't be out there for all 17 games. Ooh. Warm up that kid you had last year, Rams. He may be needed down the stretch. And if that's anything like 2019 when Stafford missed half the season, LA's prognosis for making the playoffs could take a huge hit. How about them? How about them Cardinals? Cliff Kingsbury fired before the end of the season is the bold prediction here. And it's really not that big of a bold prediction. Based on talent alone, the Cards should have the firepower to be a hot contender within the NFC West and challenging the Niners, Rams, and Hawks for the division title. In fact, I thought they might do that last year. Kyler Murray is looking like he'll be the real deal, while DeAndre Hopkins is arguably the best wide receiver in the game when Jason Brett isn't playing, of course. I'll never get over that. And upgraded O-line, quality players and safety, and some proven pass rushers help, too. Even before AZ added veterans A.J. Green and J.J. Watt, it should have been hot in the playoff mix a season back, or should I say a few months back. Yet Cliff Kingsbury didn't help matters at all, and he squarely finds himself on the 2021 hot seat, especially according to the Draft Network, which states his team declined throughout the season rather than get better, and I think that reflects on the head coach. Additionally, Kingsbury routinely has game management blunders and questionable in-game coaching decisions. There is also the question if Kingsbury ever deserved this job to begin with, and before being named the head coach of the Cardinals, he had just been fired by his alma mater. Why did you hire him, Cards? It made no sense. If it was a ploy just to get Kyler Murray, that worked. Got Kyler Murray, you might think about this might be a bad move. Texas, his alma mater, by the way, was Texas Tech, where he had just a 35-40 overall record, unquote. There were so many coaches that were more qualified than Cliff Kingsbury to take that job. But they wanted Cliff. They got him. Year 3 needs to be the season in which the Cards either make the postseason or are eliminated effectively the last week, and even latter might not be enough to save one Cliff Kingsbury. But in this bold prediction, Arizona falls out of contention earlier, ultimately leading to Kingsbury goodbye. Na 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 na. Hey hey hey, Cliff goodbye. He is definitely in trouble though. You know what? Because I got DeAndre Hopkins and A.J. Green. I got J.J. Watt on my defense. I got my offensive line beefed up. We got some guys playing in the secondary in this team that if we're not contending, somebody's got to take the fall. And the crowd-pleasing #1 bold prediction. Yep, you guessed it. Trey Lance leads the Niners to NFC West crown. It has been said by many. Well, the majority of the time, Grant Cohn and Mike Florio and thousands of 49er fans. But still, it is widely believed that the Niners aren't going to stubbornly let JG keep boggling, booming, and screwing around out there. They feel Lance's maturation is proceeding ahead of schedule. And if the first prediction rings true, where Garoppolo's traded at some point midseason, Lance will have all the context he'll need to rise up the ranks towards becoming one of the NFL top signal callers. Sure, Lance's relative lack of experience, even at the college level, will lead to some growing pains. Never mind! But the pure upside of his abilities and talents will provide a pure breath of fresh air for Coach Shanahan, whose offense will finally have an orchestrator beyond someone who can only thrive with everything exactly as it has to be and in place. Spotlight, Jimmy, no skills, Garoppolo, he's out of here. And simply put, Lance is on the pace to make things happen when the play has broken down, where it has been many, as that was one of JG's horrifying weaknesses. It might not be unlike what Shanahan experienced with the rookie quarterback Robert Griffin III back with Washington in 2012, which helped propel that team into the postseason and helped Griffin earn that year's Offensive Rookie of the Year honors. But Lance might not receive that accolade. But with him playing strong, San Francisco's offense clicks on more cylinders than it has the last 3+ years, leading the Niners to come away with the NFC West crown in 2021 and onward to the playoffs and Super Bowl gold in 2022. Actually, it's the 2021 season, but you know the Super Bowl will be in 2022. Fam, those are the bold predictions of the night. Add some or elaborate on others. Whatever you want to do, we want to hear from you. Hey, Pete Gorman, hey, sup? You had a wonderful 4th of July. Pete, it was definitely good, man, because you know what? I didn't eat to the point of unconsciousness this year, and it felt, I woke up feeling good. Paul Price sucks living on the East Coast, dealing with West Coast times when you have to be up at 5:30. Oh, Paul, I'm sorry, man. You know, Paul, we're gonna get better. It's been laid back all off season long. I have gotten carried away with the laid back, so we're gonna try to improve upon that. Paul, thanks for hanging out with us. Weird Robert said 49ers, Cardinals, Rams, then stinky Seahawks in that order. Well, you know, I have to agree with that. I can't imagine the Cards sucking this year. And actually, I know the Niners aren't. We just got to stay on the field. Ray Jr., what up? Our record will be 13-4. We're going to show the rest the door. We work with that. Ray Jr., what's up? What's up, Rob? Our record. Oh, I'm sorry. DJ Malone, Ronbo Sports. If this is the year we get number 6 and dethrone Tom Brady and the Bucks, we need the number 1 seed. The NFC is a 2-3 team race. If anyone deserves to win the Super Bowl, it's us! TB versus SF for NFCCG. Joel Kaepernick Russell, what's up, Joel? And Myra, 49er Faithful, what's up, fam? Ronbo, hope you're well. Thanks, Myra. Hope you're doing well, too. Matt S. Hey, yo, here he is. Matty out in Bend, Oregon. What's up, Matty? Russo, SF49. Bold prediction. Mrs. Bosa's baby boy Nick will lead the NFC West in sacks this year with 17. Oh! That's average 1 per game. I like that. That is a nice bold prediction. It could actually take place. And Russo goes up. He's got another bold prediction. Number 2, the Rams will finish last place in the NFC West in 2021. Ramilia. And also, Bruce got another prediction. This number 3, the 49ers will have the most Pro Bowl representatives in the NFC West of all 4 teams. Oh, I like all of those. Russo. Well, there you have it. And let us go to the telephone. YOLO. Hey, John. Hello.
What's up, Ronbo?
John, tonight, man, I tell you, man, digestion is feeling good. Bold predictions night, John. Do you want to amplify on any bold predictions we stated earlier? Do you have your own bold prediction? Give me some.
You know, I'm a person that doesn't do predictions, but if I had to predict something, I think, the NFC is going to be a very tight race. Any team can win it. But one thing that I will say is that, and, this may sound like a homer, is that a healthy 49ers team, I think, is the best team in that division. I'm probably the only person that's not worried about the Cardinals because, the Cardinals track record, speaks for themselves. They've been around for a long time, and no matter how great that, that team may have, a lot of players, I'm not worried about them. And when we play really well against them, we beat them up. So that's a team I'm not worried. The Rams, of course, all these Rams fans that, are starting to follow me, they're worried about a healthy 49er team.
Yeah.
They're worried about a healthy 49er team. And then the Seahawks, of course, that's the team that's always going to give us a hard time because of Russell Wilson. So at the end of the day, all I can say is if the Niners are healthy, if everyone, can last this long season, and we can, just, play every week, one game at a time, win one game at a time, the 49ers are going to have a really exciting season, and we can finally start, cheering, singing, all those great songs of winning, because at the end of the day, 2020, even when we had all those injuries, the Niners competed, and we somehow got 6 victories. So just imagine every healthy star there, playing, you never know what could happen. So that's my prediction. That's what I am going to predict.
I like it. And it makes sense to me, John. Everything said. You know, the Cardinals just intimidate me because of their personnel. Cliff Kingsbury is their Achilles heel. So you're probably right on that. He's 49ers Ultimate Report, by the way. It's John. J-O, I guess his name's spelled differently today. I didn't know who it was. But It's John, 49ers Ultimate Report with his bit. And, of course, if you're not going and checking him out and beating up on him, help him. You know what? Get over and help John deal with the Ramelia. John, I like that. It makes all kind of sense to me. You detailed every team's strong points and why they're going to be contenders. I've got no questions on it. What else you want to add?
You know, I wanted to touch up a little bit quickly about that Mac Jones and, that ESPN writer.
Yeah.
You know, it's so funny how, he actually said that we are going to give the Patriots, or they're going to give us a thank you note or whatever. Really? I'm going to say this. The way Trey Lance played in, North Dakota State versus all the other quarterbacks, Trey Lance was the only quarterback that had a fullback. He was under center. His two top receivers were his tight ends. And that's why I was saying during that long draft process that was the only quarterback that was going to fit that system. All those other quarterbacks have their upside. And it's so funny how even in Boston, they're saying that Mac Jones is not progressing really well. So I don't know what this guy was talking about, or, I don't know if he's from the Boston area. He's just trying to hype up, that quarterback. But really, come on.
Because what we've been hearing prior to this outrageous report has not been anything like what this guy's talking about. Reese, what he's saying is Mac Jones is just tearing up and that Cam Newton needs to be concerned. And we didn't hear that before today. So, that's why I thought I'd bring it to light tonight. I was laughing. Wait, I was going to send a thank you note? I mean, come on, Patriots. What would you be doing that for? We're going to see. I didn't take it seriously. It's hilarious. So.
Yeah, so, just for, like my opinion, I do believe, and I know a lot of people are not going to like this, but I'm going to say it. I think Jimmy G's going to, stay healthy. I think he's going to be on that field. I'm not trying to say that, Jimmy is going to be the quarterback, long term, because we drafted Trey Lance for the future. So I do think if Jimmy plays like he did in 2019, just the same way, I think, the 49ers are going to rack up the victories. And, of course, he's not going to play the way we want him to play. He's not going to be a 5,000-yard passer. He's not going to have 50 touchdowns because Kyle Shanahan is still going to run the ball primary. So at the end of the day, I'm not going to see Jimmy, big numbers increase. But you never know what could happen. But if Trey Lance, finds a way to get on that field and he really performs better in the preseason, so you never know what could happen. But, I'm trying to give Jimmy, a little bit of props. I know a lot of people don't want to hear this, but, that's one thing that I will say, because in 2019, he played with a brace, and he played okay. He's not playing with a brace no more, so I want to know what that means.
And it means one thing. He better play better than he played in 2019. I know that much. He's got better receivers now. He's got a better offensive line now. Everybody in the offense knows offense that much better. He better look better than 2019. I know that, or I'd pull him myself.
Yep. I want to shout out quick my boy Tommy Huxley. He always goes at that chat.
Hey, Tommy.
And yep. All right, Ronbo. That's all I have for tonight.
And the good stuff, John. You got today off?
Yep.
All
I go
right.
back to work. I had that Monday holiday.
Yeah.
4th of July was on a Sunday, so yep.
There you go. All right, well. We'll see you as soon as we can. Always can't wait for Johnny to show up. 49ers Ultimate Report, fam. Check him out. He's got content rolling right here on YouTube. All right, John, have a great night, fam.
Before I go, shout out to all the Cowboys fans who are somehow entering the chat. All right, thanks, Ronbo. And Niners all day.
Night, John. And Guerrero. Hey. thanks, Greto. 17-0 is his prediction. Oh, can you imagine the 49ers going 17-0? Nobody would believe it. Oh, God. Hey, Steven.
What's up, Ronbo?
Steven, man.
How's your 4th of July?
Oh, gosh. We need to have 4th of July every weekend. Wouldn't it be great to have 3-day weekends every other week? You know, I still think America's production would stay up there. People would be more motivated to work harder knowing they're working toward more leisure time. Because if one thing we love in America, we love our BS time. Is there anything more exciting than knowing you can kick back, get out of bed whenever you want to, eat all you want, and just sit around or go out and do whatever you want to do, especially now that things are lightening up outside? Stephen, it's so good to be alive. Games coming up in a few weeks. God. All right, Steve, let me calm it down here for a minute. Steve, you got any bold predictions you want to add to the ones I just listed? And do you have anything to say about the bold predictions so far regarding 49ers, Hawks, and, of course, those Cardinals?
Well, that Mac Jones statement, that has always been sitting in the back of my mind ever since draft day. Because I always felt like, I'll always think this, did we make the right decision? Is this going to be another Solomon Thomas pick? Yeah. Nothing against, not to discredit Trey Lance or anything, but every time the 49ers pick someone they really want in the first round, it almost always falls flat.
Oh! So wait. Let's back up on that.
Go ahead.
Let's go back and do a track record. First year, Reuben Foster, Solomon Thomas, 2017. 2018, Mike McGlinchey, right?
Mm-hmm.
20. Wait. No. 2019. Wait. Nick Bosa. Okay.
Nick Bosa, out of all of it, that was probably the best one. I wouldn't say, well, we obviously know Solomon Thomas is a joke. Nick McGlinchey, that guy, I don't know. We still have to see like a really good season for him, or like a decent season where he's not hiding behind anyone else's shadow.
He hasn't been awful,
we'll see this year how well he does.
For a first-round pick, you put him in that tweener space, good, and maybe could have been better, right? So, yeah.
Yes. But, it's just, it's always that second guessing. It's nothing, like I said, it's nothing serious. It's just like, damn, like, did we make the right pick, I hope we made the right pick. I really do, because we gave up a lot just to get Trey Lance.
And that position is too important, Stephen. It cannot fail. It cannot. Or it's back to the dark room for us for years again.
We cannot have a Blaine Gabbert situation all over again. Just can't do it.
No. And I think keep thinking about that guy over in Cleveland that they picked up in the first round. I thought he was going to be a Deshaun Kaiser. I thought he was going to be pretty good in the NFL. Lynch was looking at him. Remember, he took his family out to dinner and everything. I thought Kaiser was coming to us. Kaiser bombed. I mean, he crashed and burned. So, you got to be careful with those first-round QB picks. So we got to keep our fingers crossed on that. Because remember, we were excited also about CJ. And, mean, when he took Hoyer out of the lineup.
We were excited about
yes! The next
We were all amped about him. I was too. I remember that. I remember them drafting CJ back there, and I was like, all right, cool. We finally got someone decent. And he has a great arm. It's just his accuracy is really bad. He had the same situation where Kaepernick had a really strong arm, but whenever he needed to throw like lasers when it mattered, like straight D-line passes, they would either go over. Yeah, they would most likely go over. So,
it's not going to happen. They're going to coach him up. He's going to be okay. We cannot afford that, Stephen. We can't. He's got to. No. He's got to be stuff. He's got to be the stuff.
I'm telling you, if Trey Lance is smart, I would hit up Jeff Garcia. That was the last Pro Bowler QB we had.
Yeah.
That was the last dude we ever had on that field that went Pro Bowl. And hit up Jeff Garcia because Jeff was never a bad quarterback. He did run for the most part. He did run. He also did a lot of passing in his career too. It just sucks he started late in his career. Otherwise, he probably would have went further with the company.
Yeah. And Joe Montana is not interested in mentoring or teaching anybody anything.
Oh yeah.
And
my prediction this season, though, I think, what was it? I'm going to stick to what I said in my prior statements. I think we're going to go 13-4, Ronbo. 13-4. That's the season. 13-4.
Yeah, we got an extra game, and that's it would be nice if that would be a win, but 13-4, that's nothing to be ashamed of. 13-4 is
No,
awesome. Yeah.
like that, and that's just being realistic. I have a feeling that we're not gonna. I guess we're not gonna get blown out like how we did in the
Last
like
year.
last year to the Dolphins. No, it's gonna be like a very close game where we outplay ourselves. You know what I mean? Like we overthink the playbook, and Kyle Shanahan. No, Mike McDaniel might overthink the playbook, and they just so happen to fall short just a little. So, but outside of that, I mean, Jimmy G, man, it sucks to say this, but yeah, I see him getting traded right before
Mid-season.
the trade block ends.
Trade deadline. Yeah.
You know, but I see it as a silver lining. So it's like we get rid of him, we could probably get something back for him. It will give us more cap space to play with. We'll probably be able to re-sign Fred Warner for a little bit more money, which is cool. I mean, granted we kind of lose our franchise QB, but at the end of it all, it's for the better. Nothing wrong with Jimmy. It's just you cost too much, my guy. You're here maybe once out of the 4 years you're supposed to be here, and it's like, we can't afford that tag. And I don't know if they had asked him to restructure. I remember seeing a long time ago after the season ended that he was willing to restructure, but nothing got out of it. Nothing gave chase to it, but that was it. Outside that, though, from all the Jimmy G trade talk, were you able to pick up that reissue of the 1994 jersey, Ronbo?
Not yet. Not yet. Have you got yours already? And what number are you picking?
Okay, so I picked number 5.
I
went in. I had to. I was like, you know what? Everyone's probably going to get Warner, Kittle, Bosa. Because I think this year you were able to get Bosa on a throwback jersey, and I really wanted the white throwback jersey with Bosa's name, but I couldn't get it. They didn't have it on time. I didn't feel like driving to Santa Clara. So I ended up getting Trey Lance, though. As soon as it dropped at midnight, I was on my website just punching it in. Here, take my money. Here we go.
It's like when you some airlines, if you especially Northwest, not Northwest, but what's that one that's really cheap? Anyway, you're online, right? You see it. If you can't type quickly, you can lose it that quickly. You can't get that cheap flight. So same thing with jerseys. That's crazy.
One of my buddies was like, "Oh, did you snag it?" I was like, "Yeah, did you?" And he was like, "No, I fell asleep. I fell asleep like I woke up around 5 minutes past 12, and it was already sold out."
Yeah, that's all it takes.
But one thing I wanted to touch back on real quick. So 2 calls ago, I put it in the chat that when Amin hopped on, I wasn't saying Amin was what was it, prejudiced or anything.
Good. I'm glad
No. There was someone in the chat being prejudiced towards him.
I saw it. That was somebody named Bleep Cone. I misunderstood what you after off the show ended. I looked at that. No, he didn't mean Amin. He meant this guy, because we looked down to see who's he talking about them, and we saw Cone refer to a character out of the movie Abu
Aladdin.
Aladdin, right? I said, oh, wait a minute. Let me. If I Cone, is he here today? Man, don't do that. You know what I get tired of doing, Stephen? I get tired of having to announce every show. Listen, guys, there will be no racism in here, no bigotry. There's no room for political talk here. Guys, we're talking football, and those are arguments that are exactly what we don't want to be involved in here. We come here for safe haven away from that, so don't do it. And then you got guys like that really weird name. Why would he call himself that anyway? Saying things like that. So, yeah. So, hey, fam, I want to mention again, bigots, leave the gay community alone and all that other stuff. I just don't. We don't want it. Please. So, and
like, what was it? It sucks because, it seems like, every time you do the show, you have to announce it. But, I mean, that's the toxicity of the internet in a nutshell right there, man. So it sucks. It's
my naiveness sometimes. I just think when people come to our chat, really 49er fans, and they probably don't have any time for it. This is stupid on my part. Of course you have. I already seen somebody in there talking politics already. Guys, don't talk politics, please. Right wing, left wing, we don't care. Leave it alone. Or find someplace else to have that conversation. So, but anyway, yeah, it'll get better. The world's got to get better.
Oh,
We'll all work at it.
But I see Don Bird popped up in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and leave on this note. We're going to dominate the Lions week 1. Man, just tripping thinking Detroit's actually going to do something.
I mean, they got to be the first team we play. The 49ers are going to come out of the chute looking dangerous and scary. I mean, you ever watch that Netflix show, The 100? The Niners
Yes.
are going to look like reapers coming out of the tunnel. It's going to be hilarious. Man. They may calm down as they get confident and cocky by week 3 or 4. But in the first 2 or 3 games, whoever we're playing is in deep trouble. That's going to be vicious. So
we're going to play against a team on our first week that the franchise hates itself. It's great. I mean, what easier win could you ask for?
I tell you, it's going to be funny. All right, fam. Steven, I'm glad you cleared it up. I'm glad I got to talk to you about that because I did misunderstand you on your post, and I wanted to apologize. So good. All right, fam. We'll
you have a great night, Ronbo.
Because we missed yesterday. We'll maybe back tomorrow and make tomorrow Tuesday Night Raw. Since there's Tuesday Night Raw, Wednesday Night SmackDown. All right.
Wednesday Night SmackDown, I like that.
Yeah. We'll shift it. All right. Have a great night.
You too, Ronbo. Have a good night.
You
Bye.
too. Bye. Yeah. So I'm glad we got that undone. Hey, Renzo.
Greetings from North Florida.
It's Renzo. Renzo, I don't hear any machinery or anything like that. You having a night off, are you?
Yeah, I'm off, man. I'm off down here preparing for this hurricane to come and go.
Oh, hurricane warnings on the southern East Coast.
Yeah, it's supposed to be by Wednesday.
Okay. Renzo, do you have to make any, you got to batten down the hatches? I mean, you got to start boarding up your house and everything? How do you do?
It doesn't supposed to be that bad, Rumble.
Oh, good.
It doesn't supposed to be that bad, and you got to board up. So far what I hear is like a category 1, so hopefully everything will be good.
Oh, yeah, you should get a lot of water. You should be okay with that. Windy conditions, but nothing that's going to just tear things up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Wednesday.
You guys short on water? I mean, if you need that water, I mean, it might be okay.
Oh, yeah, I got water and not a faithful, so I'm all right.
No, I mean, you know how we got water shortages going on because there's a lot of droughts going on around the country.
No, we're pretty good down here on water so far.
Yeah, okay, good. Lorenzo, bold predictions tonight. I made a few, like Jimmy being traded by the deadline and Russell Wilson being the MVP, which pisses me off, but looks like he could be again this year if everything goes according to what he always does. And Cliff Kingsbury saying goodbye. And Trey Lance is a bold prediction to take over midseason and take the 49ers all the way to the promised land. And you can add anything else you want to the bold predictions as well. What are you thinking? Or you can
I
deny
predict
some.
as a business decision that Jimmy will probably be gone by the trade deadline, just because I think reason why honestly, I don't think they gave Fred Warner an extension because Jimmy's still on the books. I think they want to use some of that money to get rid of Jimmy to get a Fred Warner. That's just my thing. But I think Bosa, I got him probably picked for defensive player of the year, comeback player of the year, something like that.
See, that's not a bold prediction. If he stays healthy, he's going to be in that race no matter what.
Yeah. And I got us winning the NFC West this year. And a close one now, not by a landslide, but a close one.
When you say like one game or week 18 playoff game with who do we play in the last week? It's always either the Rams or the Hawks. Who is it this year?
Yeah.
I forgot to look at that part of the schedule. Oh, well, I did. Hopefully it's the Rams because you know how the Rams do. When we got to play them, when the chips is on the table, the Rams just fold like a chair. Woo. So you know.
And you know what? I got Trey probably making like what it is. They have like the player of the week, something like that.
Player of the week. Yeah. They've got those throughout the season. Pepsi and a couple other.
Yeah, but other than that, I just want to see, long as we stay healthy, like Kyle, hey, lighten up on the practices. You know, keep Jalen Hurd in the bubble, keep him in the bubble.
Yeah. You know,
and hopefully we come out aggressive this year. That's all I want to see.
that's going to be, you know how hungry they are to get back on the field from last year's embarrassment? This is going to be a very interesting team for the first 2 to 3 weeks. Because if any team, and the 49ers aren't going to care if you're weak, they're going to take you apart. That defense is going to be nasty.
Right.
As a matter of fact, Renzo, you know, you look at Dre. Another bold prediction I want to add, Dre Greenlaw comes out of nowhere to play nearly good enough for an all-star bid. Or should I say a Pro Bowl bid?
Hey, now that's a good one. That's a good prediction, Ronbo.
Yes!
That's a good prediction.
Several pickoffs, key tackles. Like, you know, he's good for them highlight real plays, right? Yeah. Look out for Dre this year.
Also, Ronbo, I got one too.
Go ahead.
I have Fred Warner with a pick 6 this year.
See, that's not even bold. That's what Fred does. See, but go ahead, because he did it last. He did it in 2019.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Oh man, I forgot about that.
Remember Golf? Golf was scrambling out because everybody said 49ers struggle with running quarterbacks. Golf kept running to the corner, to the edges each side. Boom left, boom right. Golf was getting his passes off. 49ers, what are they going to do? All of a sudden, Fred said, let him do that again. There goes Golf, screaming out to his right. There's a pass. Oh! Fred Warner comes out of nowhere, picks that off. He's loafing into the end zone with a touchdown. That's a pick 6.
I wonder what's going to be the payday between him and Bosa, man. Like, how much those two contracts going to be worth. It's going to be crazy.
It is. You know, you want to keep an all-star.
They're good.
You're right, though. You want to keep an elite defense. Fred and Nick are essential.
Yeah. Oh, man. Would you call him Miss Bosa's baby boy?
Hey, so
Ronbo, have you been practicing on your ooh la las? You going to have a new one this year?
I got so many songs. I got ooh la la's going to be right in tune. If Jimmy is hot from the beginning of the season, I got a song for Jimmy already. You know what I got to do? Bosa, I got to come up with a song for Bosa. And I already got a song for Bosa, but I got to work on the whole lyrics. There's a song that starts off, let the bodies hit the floor, let the bodies hit the floor, let the bodies hit the floor. No. I can't wait to get Slick is out there.
I got one for you now. If Jimmy come out playing hot, I'm talking about lights out, putting up like MVP numbers. Yeah. Are you gonna put up the picket sign not to trade him?
No, I think Shanahan, if Jimmy's winning, hopefully it doesn't piss off a lot of 49er fans. If Jimmy's winning and winning with a certain kind of ease and the offense is clicking and running on all 8 cylinders, Shanahan's not going to move away from Jimmy. I already know that. There's no way. Because Shanahan knows this year, if Jimmy's in sync with the offense and they're winning, you change that this year, and if Trey's going to have to go through a few bumps and bruises. Nobody's going to come in the NFL and just shine off the bench, especially as a rookie, right? You run that risk next year. Shanahan needs a winning season really badly. If Jimmy can deliver that for him, he won't go away from Jimmy only because of Jimmy's experience. He'll go the whole season if he can stay on the field. As far as him playing winning football, I have no doubt in my mind whatsoever.
That would make me kind of nervous that Jimmy's going to come out and play good football to the point like, we can't trade this guy. Like, we got to keep him.
No, you can still trade him for reasons that financially it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Unless the 49ers figure out something else. But otherwise, no, Jimmy's going to be... Jimmy Garoppolo's quietly sitting back waiting for his time. This is going to be where Garoppolo gets in the stats where there's no telling who's going to be asking for him, including the Green Bay Packers. I feel that confident about what he's going to look like this year. But we'll see. He's got to stay healthy, though. He cannot go down in a heap As far as his play on the field, I'm not concerned about that. He's got too many things going for him. He's got a great offensive line. He doesn't have to work with just rookie receivers anymore. He's got high-level receivers working with him. He's got George Kittle to go along with those guys. The run game is solid. Jimmy G is finally being surrounded by a very solid cast. He does not have to carry the load. He does not have to be dependent upon. The run game does not have to be dependent upon. This year, Kyle Shanahan can diversify his offense in any way he likes with the way it's assembled right now. We'll see that in the first 2 or 3 weeks because you got a bunch of guys out there that clearly know that offense starting in game one. So there's going to be no more problem with, I should have zigged, I should have zagged. Sorry, coach. You ain't going to see that this year. Kendrick Bourne out there running wrong routes. You're not going to see that this year. I see this team being lights out offensively.
Oh, yeah. I think we might end up leading the league in rushing while you're playing.
Yeah. Because now you're going to see a lot of play action as it's supposed to be because of the offensive line. You're going to see the run game look solid, and that's going to make the passing game look solid. And play action, Jimmy G's over 100. It's only when he's in a shotgun when the 49ers offense seems to do weird things. So I predict all that. Yeah. That's my bold prediction. That's a bold prediction for me.
You got any more predictions anybody we might pick up in the offseason? Probably just before the season starts.
You're going to see that in the next few weeks, too. I can't imagine. I really can't.
Yeah, because you know.
I don't know.
What you got like 3 more weeks for preseason start next month, and that's rolling quick.
Yeah, I just don't know where they're going to get the funding to pick up any more free agents.
GoFundMe paid.
Well, you know, wouldn't that be fun if that was legal? I bet there'd be a lot of fans that chip in on that too. Rizzo, enjoy that holiday.
Yeah.
Hey, let me see. We'll see tomorrow because we're gonna go ahead and do back-to-back days. All right, Rizzo. Have a good night, fam.
All right, bro. Be safe. Yes, sir.
All right. There's Renzo getting ready for a hurricane. It's only level 1, though. He'll be okay. All right. And we go to the phone and say, all right, Phil, chill. Phil.
Hey, Ronbo.
Phil, come on in, man, because Phil's bold prediction is this year that Phil's going to go ahead and open up for a sales sign during the course of his barbecues. There's going to be so many people running by now that they're going to say, hey, you guys got any extra meat? You got any extra cash? We got plenty of meat. Okay. You don't get caught out there doing it. You got to have a license for that, though. Hey, Phil, give us a full prediction. And hey, Phil, if you're in any of the bold predictions that I made earlier that you want to amplify on or say that they may not happen or will happen or whatever you want to add to it, anything we want to hear from you, Phil, because Phil, you know, we love Phil. What is it?
My bold prediction is we're going to be Super Bowl champions.
Ooh, that's it. That's going to top any prediction.
That's it.
I
think we will be. Honestly, I really do.
Schedule says so. And motivation all year.
What else?
I don't know what else we got. We got the 94 jerseys on. I don't know. You know, it can't get in. The table is set, Phil.
Exactly, Ronbo. No, I think we're set up. We've got the best offensive line. We've got the best defensive line in the division. A tough division, but I think we're set to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm worried a little bit about the depth in the secondary, defensive secondary.
Yeah, we were worried about that in 2019 too.
Other than that, I don't think we have a weakness. Honestly.
No, I agree. And we know the other team's weaknesses. See, that's the nice thing about it. We can exploit every weakness in the division. I've looked through that, and that's another conversation for another day, unless you want to amplify on it now. But yeah, well, somebody mentioned.
I've looked at it too. It's you know, every team has huge weaknesses
that you can exploit.
Yeah, and we have solid depth. And we have solid depth because we had to go through that depth because of all the injuries we've had. So, sometimes things work out, and, it's just the way it works.
Oh.
We wouldn't have Nick Bosa if Jimmy Garoppolo didn't go down. We wouldn't have all this depth if we didn't have so many injuries last year.
True.
And you know what? We're set up right now to win it all. I really think so.
Yeah.
We stay healthy, it's done.
And we're an every other year team. Phil, I'm already worried about 2022, but 2021, this is ours.
No, I'm not worried about 2022. We're going to have so much cap space compared to other teams. We're going to be able to get whatever we need.
So it's
we're
luck.
set up.
Our luck in every other year. I don't believe in those kind of superstitions and old wives' tales, but Jesus Christ.
Oh, yes, you do.
Yeah, and you have to with the football, Phil. Like I just said, odd years seem to be good for us, even years, and this goes all the way back a long way. I chronicled this. I said, Jesus, this is one of those phenomenons that
this is the
can't be
thing I
explained.
think about, though. I look at our cap space. I look at where we're sitting financially. We didn't make the knee-jerk reactions to push the whole cap down the road. We did not do that. We've got a serious advantage over the rest of the teams in the division and the rest of the teams in the NFL because we didn't do that. And so I think we're in really good shape. And, that's the way I think. So I think we've got a huge advantage going forward. We may win 2 or 3 Super Bowls.
Yeah. Momentum. I thought we had it in 2019.
That's my
It's all about momentum.
prediction.
I like it. You're the first one to make that
Multiple
prediction
Super Bowls in the future, including this year.
Oh,
So if that's not bold enough for you, Ronbo, I don't know.
That is double bold, and I can't wait for that parade down Market Street. I mean, God, yes. So,
let's make it a yearly thing where we are doing the parade down Market Street. That's what I want.
To the point that they have to start reinforcing the street and lay new blacktop down and everything else. You know what I mean? The 49ers got to get ready for that parade coming up. Well, they haven't even played the season yet. We already know what's going to happen.
All right, Ronbo.
Good. All right, Phil. I'll be back tomorrow night and be looking for you.
All right. We'll
All right,
talk
Phil.
to you then.
Looking forward. Night,
Okay. Bye.
Phil. Bye. There he goes. Phil's made the first one to make the 49ers Super Bowl 2022. And hey, Buddha.
Can you hear me now?
Buddha. Oh, okay, yeah.
I gotta turn off.
Have you been talking the whole time?
There we go.
Buddha,
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Yeah.
All right, awesome. Long time no talk, brother.
Oh, yeah, but Buddha's funny. Every time I think of that name, Buddha, it reminds me of the comedy I came up with, Buddha Baker. Remember when he got snatched from behind by DK Metcalf? I said Buddha should have had one of those rearview mirrors in his helmet that says, "Caution, objects may be closer than they appear."
That's hilarious. Is his name really Buddha, or is it Buda, or like?
I don't know. He spells
Buda.
it the same way. Buddha Baker.
Yeah.
I think he spells it the same
Yeah,
way. Yeah.
I mean, with H, of course.
Yeah.
I think. Anyway, so we're on for bold predictions. This is
Bold
my
predictions
prediction.
tonight.
So our boy, Trey Lance, he actually is practicing in my backyard. I live in Newport
What?
Beach, and
All
he's
right.
practicing in Irvine Great Park. And I just saw it today on YouTube. He's working on his running abilities and stuff with the Mamba trainer. What's his face? And I was like, oh my God, he's here in my backyard. And I'm like, I want to go, like, basically stalk him, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
I'm so amped up on Trey, it's ridiculous.
Hopefully he lives up to that amp. He's getting a lot of. I hope it doesn't get to him though. I hope they sort of shelter him away from, because the hype that's going on behind him now it's like enough to add pressure. I mean, he's got to be like concentrating on what he's doing right now. I understand he's working on his mechanics, and they're starting to look better. According to Matt Mayoko, he's never seen anybody progress as quickly as Trey Lance. So hopefully he comes along well.
And him mastering the playbook is just like blowing my mind too. Like, my bold prediction is Garoppolo gets hurt game 2, repeat. I'm not that I wanted anybody get hurt, but my prediction is he gets hurt game 2 or 3, same repeat of what happened with him, and Lance steps in and takes us to a 15-2 record and a Super Bowl championship. And that's what I think is going to happen. And that's just what my bold prediction is for tonight.
Yeah, but did you start off by saying, I don't want to wish any bad things on it? I mean, you got Garoppolo dropping in game 2 to an injury. But, it's possible. I mean, it's happened to him before. But anyway, and Trey Lance, this would be the perfect scenario, though, for the 49ers. The only thing is we wouldn't get compensated for the 2 first-round picks, because at that point Garoppolo will be worth 0. And yeah, but
that's
still,
the bad part.
You don't need. What's so funny though? You don't need, if Trey Lance is exactly as he's being depicted to be. You don't need the first-round picks for the next 2 years, actually, because if the 49ers are winning games, we're going to be picking so low in the first round, it doesn't really matter. The only thing is you just lose a draft pick, but maybe you can pick up another second-round pick or something like that. That would be equal compensation, actually, for having lost the 2 first-round picks. Nobody cares about the third-round pick. 49ers will probably pick that up between now and God, maybe next year anyway. So.
One thing about Jimmy G, and you're right about that, about his value, and like he'll do our team better if he stays healthy, and we can trade him and get back a couple of our picks and stuff. But I think I was in denial for such a long time about him overthrowing, that pass in the Super Bowl. And then I finally went back on YouTube and just rewatched it. I'm like, oh my God, he really did cost us the Super Bowl. But then I also kind of blamed it on what's the guy that we traded to the Patriots? What's his face? Kendrick Bourne.
Oh yeah.
For running that wrong route. He was supposed to go in and he went out, and that kind of killed our momentum there. And then also the refs. I just really think this is, the NFL I think the NFL really is going to be on our side this year.
Finally.
Especially this being the 75th, our diamond anniversary. And, the last time we won our Super Bowl was the NFL's diamond anniversary. And I think it was covered in an earlier podcast that I was watching about how, the NFL is just a better product when we're a good team, because everybody wants to watch us, Yeah. And so that's
unfortunately, they say the same thing about the Cowboys and the Steelers. And the Patriots have been that team too, because everybody wants to see the Patriots go down. So it brings up a lot of attention. Nobody cares about the Patriots right now, though. Well, Belichick's still over there. But you got certain teams that need to win for the NFL to do well. And yeah, you're right. 49ers, Cowboys, Patriots. You know what, though? It's funny, Buddha. You don't see the Hawks in that conversation, in those write-ups, though. But the Hawks are in play every year, seemingly since 2014. Well, last 7 years for sure.
I absolutely hate the Seahawks. I literally just walked down the street like maybe 15 minutes before I got on the phone with you, and there was some guy wearing a Seahawks shirt, and I wanted to go up to him like, you guys are going to be so bad this year. And I was wearing my Niners hat, and I was like, no, I'm going to be nice. Just going to go about my business. Yeah. But yeah, we're taking it this year. I honestly feel that Trey's going to be in there, and he's going to finish the season for us. And I'm so happy he's in Southern California right now. I might end up going to Great Park down the street from where I live in Newport and go stalk him if he's still doing his training session for that. Because I think that video that I watched was only like a couple of days old.
Yeah,
so he's still down here.
And then you can do your own video. I don't know how close you can get. But you know what? If is that a public park that he's working out in?
Yeah, it's a public park.
Yeah, so you can as long as it's not on a school ground or something like that. I don't know why you wouldn't be able to get in or get close anyway. So yeah, you should do that.
And then since it's a public park, I definitely can. And also, I thought he was in San Diego for some reason, and he's right here in Orange County. And same when the Chargers were practicing, they were practicing here in Irvine, UCI, the college out here, the university out here. So I'd go watch practice too, even though I'm not, of course, a Chargers
fan. When you said that, it reminds me of in LA. It used to be only the Lakers, and the Clippers were that other team. But nobody took them seriously up until recently, right? So we used to walk around, because I'm a Lakers fan. I used to laugh because I said, guys, have you ever met a Clippers fan? It's like a pause. Damn, you know what? The only Clipper fan I know about is Billy Crystal, and he's always telling people he's a Clippers fan, and I think he's lying. I said, but that was years ago. Now there's Clippers fans because they keep on picking up great players. But, it's Chargers. But they're not playing in the same stadium. They got to deal with the Rams now. Ooh, as a matter of fact, Buddha, real quick, just that question because it's not 49 related as much. Between the Chargers and the Rams, amongst the people running around there, who does it say that they like the best?
I mean, honestly, it's more Chargers in Orange County just because we're so close to the Chargers. And then the Rams just recently moved back.
Yeah.
They sell more gear in the grocery stores where you don't really see grocery store stuff. They'll sell both actually, a little bit more like Charger gear, even though we're not in San Diego County.
Yeah.
But yeah, now they've kind of switched over to LA. I used to like the Chargers. I mean, at least when what's his face was there. But yeah, I absolutely hate the Rams, and I think most people in Orange County just don't like being associated with LA County, and that's why we're all Niner fans, or most people are Niner fans here or Charger fans.
There you go. So, any other bold predictions though, Buddha?
I think that because of my previous comment about my bold prediction is I think we have the next the next heir to the throne of great quarterbacks that is worthy of taking or being in the same chat as Joe Montana and Steve Young with our great Trey Lance, that he ends up winning Rookie of the Year.
There you go. It's a bold prediction night. That may not be so bold. It may be accurate. We'll see. I just hope he's ready. I
think he is.
A lot of difference between the Dakota and NFL. We'll see. Because that's going to be a huge contrast. But he might be ready for it. We'll see. And our coaching staff should get him ready for that anyway, so we'll see.
It's going to be exciting, man. This is going to be just a great year to watch our team win. And I know we're going to win it because our schedule is so easy. We gotta win it this year. We absolutely have to.
Be careful about that. Kyle Shannon is warning people about that because everybody looks at the schedule and said, "What is a cakewalk schedule?" Shannon says, "Yeah, it always starts out looking like that, and then suddenly teams look a little different than what they were predicted to look like." Like us in 2019. I don't think none of the analysts thought the 49ers would come out and make that kind of splash. And then, of course, we went 13-3 and went to the Super Bowl. But, there's going to be that team we're going to run into that we're all going to be saying, "We got this." Oh, Jesus. Who was that? They didn't look like that in preseason, and then you got all of a sudden, yeah. But Shannon's not going to let our guys not be prepared. Each and every game is going to be taken very seriously. So we shouldn't get caught by surprise by any team. In fact, that would be Shanahan's fault if that happened. So.
I like it. I like it a lot, man. I bid you adieu. You have a great rest of your show. You are literally the best on YouTube for any Niners show, and I really do. I watch you all the time. I'm obviously lurking all the time. I haven't called in for a long, long time, but I'm glad to hear your voice.
Well, appreciate you, fam. All right. And, back tomorrow looking for you if you got time. All right?
Absolutely.
All right. Have a good night, man.
All
There
right,
goes Buddha. He's gonna go check out and see what Trey's doing. And he's got to get ready to do that tomorrow. Sneak in disguise. Actually, you don't have to. Wear 49er gear, and he can probably get an autograph. Chad Garrison, I've already admitted to that a few times. I've been a Laker fan ever since I was a little kid. It's a long story. And blame my mom for that. She was saying, because, like, the Lakers look like complete, I mean, they were tough. I didn't really care about them. I didn't pay attention. Mom says, Lakers go lose. Mom, no, they're not. Yes, they are. Mom, I'm telling you they're not. So my mom made me a $5 bet. All right. I didn't even know where I was going to get the $5 from. So I was confident. The Lakers, I remember that year. I was a little guy. But wasn't that the year Abdul-Jabbar went nuts? Lakers, of course, won. Magic Johnson, Lakers. I said, Mom, I told you nobody's going to beat that team. Here's your $5. Shut up. I said, well, Mom, I didn't tell him. God, I mean, look, they got the skyhook Jabbar. How's he going to lose? I mean, nobody can stop that shot. I didn't really care. I wasn't a basketball fan at that time, but from that point on, I watched the Lakers every year, and I rooted for them. And then, of course, you know, that stayed the way it was. Hey, Jay.
What's up, Ronbo?
Jay.
A basketball
Chad, I'm
now?
glad you're laughing. Chad Garrison's laughing now. Jay, I'm telling you, man, bold predictions tonight. And, you know, and did you hear the bold predictions? I laid out a few to start. And then, of course, Phil's already, the biggest bold prediction was Phil predicted us to not only go to the Super Bowl, win it. I also said Dre Greenlaw would play so well this season that he would be considered a Pro Bowler. Oh, did we just have another bold prediction? But what do you? Oh, and I already mentioned Trey Lance coming in and taking the 49ers all the way to the Super Bowl and being the first rookie, I guess, to win it. But I mean, Jay, what do you want to add? Any bold predictions that we haven't had? Any bold predictions you heard, like Russell Wilson being the MVP? If you want to say that's a damn lie, you'll be supported by millions. We'll all support you.
He's gonna get his back broken. That's my prediction. Russell Wilson's gonna get his neck fucking broken.
Jay, don't predict that. That's scary. We don't want to see him get seriously hurt. Hey, Jay, you know what though? He never ever gets hurt. Remember that one year that we did almost break his neck, and he went over the sidelines.
Yeah.
They put a Band-Aid on it, and he came back out on the field. I mean,
yeah, he's durable. I gotta admit, Russell Wilson is durable, man. That's why the Seahawks beat close to getting to the playoffs, because as long as they got Russell Wilson, they're gonna be all right.
I know.
And it makes me sick to my stomach saying
I know,
that. But,
doesn't it?
You know,
it bothers me too.
But it is.
Jay, I think we've all come to the realization we have to back up when we talk about Russell Wilson. I don't like him. You don't like him. I don't know any 49er fan that really says, I love me some Russell Wilson. You never hear that, right? But I got to respect him.
They ain't a true Niners fan if they say that. Yeah, but yeah, I can't stand none of our opponents. I don't like Kyler Murray. I don't like nobody but the Niners. So, you know, if they are rivalry, I don't like them at all. So, you know, I hate the Cowboys so much. I can't. Yeah. So, but you know what my prediction is yeah, we're gonna win the NFC West, and hopefully we can go to the Super Bowl and win it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just gonna pick the West right now. I don't want to jinx my boys, but you know, I'm gonna That's
Jay,
my prediction.
but you know what? None of us have done yet. I want to be also. Let me step up and make that prediction. I predict the 49ers go the full schedule is this season with maybe one injury maximum. What did you told that's the boldest prediction that ever could be made.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We need that. We just have just one. We already got 3, Ronbo, so we can't even say that.
Damn, it's already over. I forgot. Oh, okay, stop.
We already had 3 major injuries.
Wait. Okay, starting with the regular season then. From that point
Right.
on.
Oh, you're talking about regular season? Yeah. Okay, then.
God,
Yeah, hopefully
3.
it's worse.
We got the IR lined up already. Well, we got just 3, right?
We got. I think Kyle needs to. I think what he needs to do is kind of this offseason
Tone down the workouts.
Going on vacation is figure out sports science, how to keep players healthy and how to, you know what I'm saying? Because people look at it as just X and O's. No, as a head coach, you got to oversee everything. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure your players is healthy and not run them. Yeah, they're football players at the end of the day, but at the same time, you want to make sure your best 53 men out there on the field. You know what I'm saying? We ain't coming with blow Joe or, you know what I'm saying, some scrub out the street who was bagging groceries. You know what I'm saying? We need people out here.
Be careful now. A lot of good people bag groceries. Listen, Jay, here's the thing, though. You know what? It's like we got 2 guys. I think, actually, Jeffrey Wilson Jr. was going to start this year. I really think he was going to win that. So that's 1 first stringer.
Over Mostert? You think he was going to win that over Mostert?
No, he was going to be a starter. Mostert, I look at Mostert as being the co-starter. Whoever is next to Mostert is going to be a co-starter. Let me call him co-starter. I don't think Kyle's going to start any games with Mostert this year. I'm going to just make that prediction right now. And that's not a bold prediction. I think Kyle is going to do the T.C. Coleman with either Trey Sermon or maybe Wayne Gallman Jr., but it's looking like it's going to be Trey Sermon. So Sermon starts, and Mostert comes in a few minutes later.
Yeah, I think Mostert is going to be I think it's going to be Mostert starting, and then Trey's going to be mostly the third down back because he's such a big guy. He could get us, that, third and short.
But Jay, that's why I'm worried about
putting. That's what we.
But if you start him, that's what I'm worried about. Mostert does better when he comes in after a hammer comes in before him and beats up the opposition for a few minutes. And then you bring that bullet. It's like now where Sermon is out there, boom, bam, bam, bam. Now they're not ready for all of a sudden a change of speed. Here comes Mostert.
I think it's truthfully it depends on what the situation is.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's third and 2, we put in Trey in. If it's, it really depends on the situation, I guess.
Yeah.
On that's how Kyle, he plays it by, what situation is best for the team and how
he looks at the defense and to see what they look like.
Yeah.
Okay, Jay, I think he's gonna put 3 running backs on game day. There's gonna be 3 running backs to suit up. Who are those 3 guys?
Well, it's gonna be Mostert, it's gonna be Trey, and then it's gonna really be a battle at third.
Gotta pause,
since
don't you?
Junior is out. Man, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Hasty he's hurt too.
Hasty's okay. He's banged up from that shoulder injury last year. He's okay now.
So it might be Hasty, you know what I'm saying, because he knows to play. I mean, it's going to be really a intriguing year to see who's going to get that third position.
And,
if quarterback position.
You know what? If Hasty has got, I hope he has his fumbling situation under control. He didn't play that many snaps last year for the amount of fumbles he had. That one he had 5 yards out from that touchdown, I think that was the game. Didn't he do that fumble against the Saints? I thought I was going to pass out.
Yeah. And that's the only he can't be doing that because he's gonna find himself out of the league. I mean, out of San Francisco.
Oh, I love the way he runs, though.
You see, that's what I was saying. That's why I was so mad because we got rid of Matt Breida, and it's like we should have kept Matt Breida for just a little bit.
And Matt had a nice track record too. Matty B was a bad boy. That Cleveland Browns are still wondering what the hell happened.
That's what I'm saying.
Fumble! Get him out of here! You know.
I'm saying if you got a fumbling issue, Matt Breida didn't have a fumbling issue. Yeah, he fumbled, but every running back fumbles. I don't care who. Every running back fumbles. Derrick Henry fumbled. Devin Cook fumbled.
Wait a minute, Jay. I've never seen Derrick Henry. I want to see that. I want to see it all day on week 17.
No, listen to me, Ronbo. Listen to me. I live in Tennessee. I watch Tennessee Titans football because I don't get the chance to see my Niners play. And he fumbles the ball.
Oh,
but it's very rare.
All right. He's human.
He does fumble the ball. Yes,
Jay.
he is human. He is human.
We're out of time though, Jay.
Yes.
Let me see it. I gotta go back and look. I can Google it up. Derrick Henry fumbles. That must be. That's gonna be safe footage.
Yes, he does. Right. He fumbled against the Jaguars. I think it was week 15,
Damn.
Somewhere around there. He fumbled, which he still got his 2,000 yards.
Oh yeah,
I think it was
that's it.
Last game.
All right, Jay.
Thank you, Ronbo.
Let me see you tomorrow. All right, fam. Have a good night.
All right. Good night.
Derrick Henry fumbles. I look at Derrick Henry as not a human being. I look at him as like a transformer. I see a big gold or silver trim truck driving in the stadium in the middle of the field when they introduce all the players, and people say, what are they driving that truck out on the field for? All of a sudden you see the truck just Derrick Henry. That's a scary man, fam. I hate playing against him. I'm scared for our guys. I'm not even on the field. I'm just, God, that's a scary man. In fact, let's go to Tennessee right now. 615. Hello. Hello.
Oh, yeah.
I was wondering, it's Papa Dragon coming in disguise.
For the dozens in attendance.
Yes.
And the hundreds watching at home. Let's get ready to rumble.
Papa Dragon, it's good to see you, man. We didn't know who you was, man. Number ID changed. Papa, real quick though, before you jump into anything else, have you witnessed Derrick Henry fumble?
Yes, he has fumbled.
Wow.
But considering his level of production,
no
one in Nashville runs around and says that he's a fumbler. Everyone here knows he's a beast. He's loved. And, it's going to be hard to get that ring in a Tom Brady era, man. It's just the reality.
Yeah.
So, now you got Tom Brady and then you got Patrick Mahomes. So, yeah, it's going to be a little bit tight. And Tannehill is like, he's kind of like what Jimmy G should have been. Or, he's like just below that elite level,
Yeah.
And that's just the fact of the matter, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think people here in Nashville, we get mad, but
look out now, though.
What are you gonna do?
Look what they did.
He was running for two. He's running for $2,000 almost every year. I mean, what are you gonna? What more can he do?
But look what they did. They just gave him one of the best receivers in football. It may change now.
It's going to open things up for him. It's going to open up things for him. But it's quite clear. It's like you can be the best running football team, but the playoffs is a different level of football, and you got to be able to throw. Look what Joe Flacco did. Joe Flacco turned into like Joe Montana meets Dan Marino on steroids in the playoffs. He was unstoppable, for that stretch. So, it's great to run the ball, but don't get me wrong. It's great to run the ball. Super good to run the ball, but you got to be able to win multiple ways in the playoffs. You just can't be running the ball. So,
but you know what though? A few years ago, when everybody's crying about getting a wide receiver, and finally people says, okay, when was the last time a team won the Super Bowl because of their wide receiver? And then everybody sat back, hey, damn, Rice, the 49ers. Until recently when Mahomes actually won that Super Bowl with Tyreek Hill. But the thing is, and also Sammy Watkins, but the thing is, usually it has nothing to do with your run game and not a whole lot to do with your offense, just like this last year. It's usually the defense that wins the Super Bowl.
Defense, right.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely defense. No, absolutely. Defense, as long as your defense is consistent, ranked, top 5, you got definitely a good chance of making it happen. Mm-hmm. We all should know that. All should know that. But, I think moving forward, the 49ers, their best strength of their team is depth. That's their best strength in their team. So we'll see how that goes, because again, if Henry goes down, the Titans are just a football team. You know what I'm saying? If Russell Wilson loses a receiver, they're a different football team. If they lose Russell Wilson, they're not even an afterthought.
A football team, yeah, they're done.
It's the same thing with the Rams. Done. The Rams have no depth, right? It's the same thing with good Lord. Could you imagine if Kyler Murray goes down?
Hey, who is their second? You know what? Here's the thing, Bubba. Just like the Hawks, who is the second-string quarterback in Arizona? And the Hawks, too. Who's their second-string quarterback? Nobody even knows who he is.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. And believe me, they don't want us to ever know. They don't want us to ever know.
That is the gospel truth.
That's classified information, sir. You can't let you know that right now. All you need to know is that Russell's in charge.
No,
he's out there in a wheelchair conducting the offense. God.
Yeah, I'm personally, as a fantasy football guy, obviously, I'm a fan of players, and I'm a big fan of Russell Wilson, except when he plays the 49ers, because God dang it, he drives me crazy when we play him.
Do you put him? You got him on your fantasy team?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's a dual threat guy. I'll draft Russell Wilson in a minute. He's a dual threat guy.
I know. I understand that. I wonder how many of us have guys like Russell Wilson and Patrick Mahomes on your fantasy football team, if you can get them.
If you can. Last year I won the whole thing because I drafted Aaron Rodgers in like the 5th round.
Ooh,
5th or 6th round took Aaron Rodgers.
With a 5th round fantasy? You know what? That's damn. What were people thinking?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I always wait to get a quarterback because you hope that someone's gonna drop as a scrub. If someone thinks it's someone who's good, they let him drop. Usually like Ben Roethlisberger, the Phillip Rivers. This year it was Aaron Rodgers drop because everybody thought that they were going to suck. You wait for that year for them to fall off, and they just don't.
Yeah.
But I have never, ever drafted Jimmy. There's a reason for that.
Yeah.
So I've seen a lot of football over the years, and like I said, unfortunately,
you should have. If you would have drafted him, though,
Jimmy G has regressed.
In 2017,
Jimmy G's regressed. So
in 2017, though, it would have been a wild pick. But it was too late in the season, though, when Jimmy came in on the scene anyway, though.
No, not really. No, there's some people who picked him up. No, because at that time you're in the playoffs. You're trying to find your matchups and stuff like that.
Okay,
I guarantee you he was a hot waiver wire pickup that next week when he came in and threw all those touchdowns. He threw like something crazy, like 3 or 4 touchdowns his first game.
Yeah.
What did he throw his first game for us?
against Chicago, I'm not sure. He didn't have that many. He had a lot of yards, though, because he was distributing all over the field because he had the quickies, Trent Williams and Marquise Goodwin, and he was hitting them on like every shot. Jimmy was just nailing it, and until
he was throwing strikes. He was throwing strikes. I literally thought, and this is my thought process back then when I saw him play for those couple of games, and it was the 5 games, and he won 5 games with that roster. I said, oh my God! I said, they might have just found themselves the next Aaron Rodgers or something. They might find themselves something special.
Yeah.
And I was clearly impressed by his throwing prowess and his incredible jawline. So, but you still, as a quarterback, man, you can't go backwards. You got to progress. And whether or not you got people to throw to or not, that's irrelevant. So here's my bold prediction.
Ask Tom Brady and also Aaron Rodgers about that. Pop, you cannot have inferior receivers. That's not going to help you. You can only lift the player up so much.
Hang on one second.
Yeah.
Tom Brady has won Super Bowls with inferior receivers.
He didn't in 2019.
Every single one, except for last year.
You remember in 2019? Brady standing on the sidelines because Belichick didn't get him any receivers. He had a bunch of rookies and scrubs out there. That's why Brady's out of New England, because
I get
he had
that.
inferior receivers.
I get that it was depleted,
Yeah.
but it was because the reason why that happened, that wasn't because of the receivers. It was literally because of the amount of control that Belichick has over the Patriots. So they got into a big spat over Brady's personal trainer, who basically Brady wanted to use instead of using the staff's trainers. So they got into a big beef about that.
Okay.
That's where it started.
Look back on the 2019 stats. Brady sucked. He was
I
average.
am looking at those stats.
He was
Anyone
average.
should suck under those conditions, but go back to any of those Super Bowl teams that they won a Super Bowl in New England. Who are their receivers? Can you name one?
When you have Gronk and Edelman, you don't have a weak passing attack.
Okay. Edelman is not going to go anywhere else in the league and start.
He didn't need to.
That's all I got to tell you.
He was in sync
I'm
with
just
Tom.
telling you.
I'm saying.
I'm just telling you.
It worked.
I'm just being straight up.
I'm not
What
denying it.
I'm
just saying
what I'm trying
it
to
worked.
say is that Edelman is a number 3 on any team in the NFL, except the Patriots. That they'll put 3 number 2s out, 3 number 3s out there. They'll throw the ball to the running back. I think a lot of the Super Bowls are White. The running back, he used to average around 70 yards a game during those games.
Who?
They spread the ball. His name was White. Last name was White.
That running back.
He played there for a long time.
But
a lot of passes. I agree with you.
That's my point.
Right.
You got to have somebody who's efficient. Now, I don't care if he's a second, 2 or 3 or whatever. He's got to be efficient. He's got to be consistent.
Right.
When I throw the ball there, he's got to be there. Edelman was that and a bag of chips. And then he had Gronk.
Right, but you also got to you also got to let the plays develop, and you also got to put the ball where the ball's supposed to be.
That wasn't hard.
And that's where Jimmy has regressed.
We'll see. But Pop, you and I got to have some big conversations by week 5. I'm telling you right now, this is a myth. That Jimmy Garoppolo can't play now and has regressed. I'm hearing this, and I'm laughing because I'm saying.
I didn't say he regressed. Regression is not a complaint.
No.
Carson Wentz regressed.
Regress means he stepped back, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
For clearly obvious reasons. First of all, you can't play when you're injured. And number 2, he's only put in 1 solid season.
You think?
So that's why I'm saying, watch what happens next.
I already know what's going to happen next.
What?
I'll tell you, my bold prediction right now is that Shanahan is going to cut Jimmy or trade him
before week 1.
And he's going to install before week 1, and he's going to install himself as the starting quarterback.
Oh, Shannon's going to install himself?
Shanahan's going to run a no-huddle offense.
Hey, did you see Shannon throw that football from one roof to another?
That's what I'm telling you, dude. I was like, Jimmy can't do that.
Everybody. And first thing, as soon as I posted that, here they come. boy, Jimmy can't do that. I said, here, I knew that was gonna. I knew somebody's gonna do it. And it took 3 seconds.
No, I'm not. No, seriously, I'm not. I'm not hating on Jimmy. Obviously, I want the best for Jimmy, and Jimmy just has to. He has to play better football. He just does.
Look
So
forward
if
to
he
it.
plays better football, he'll keep his job. But if he doesn't play better, he won't.
And he knows it.
So if he loses his job,
It'll be his fault.
it's because for the first time in my life, I've seen a rookie quarterback who was at this point number 2, doing workouts with all the starting receivers.
Yeah.
And having all this publicity on social media. So that's the first time I've ever seen it. Have you ever seen that before? I've never seen that before.
Look out for Josh Rosen. I mean, you know what? Josh is waiting. I don't remember the last time. Even Mahomes didn't get as much hype as I think. As a matter of fact, Trey's getting more hype than even the number 1 draft pick. Way more than Justin Fields. Mac Jones is not even in the picture. So you're right. This is what's that kid over in New York? Nobody's even talking about him either. Trey is getting all the hype. So I can't wait to see what he's got to offer. He'd better be. I feel bad for him for one reason, though, because all that hype, if he comes out there and looks like a rookie, I wonder what the analysts are going to say. They're going to tear him up.
Oh, no, the analysts are already tearing up the 49ers. The analysts are already tearing up the 49ers. All the analysts that pick Mac Jones right now are either ranking the 49ers roster 16th in the league or ranking their quarterback room as 24th or what are they? What's that say? Oh, the Patriots will be sending us a thank you note because we passed on Mac Jones.
But then they're not really. Well, they might say that. That's about the. But for the rest of the analysts, Matt Maiocco is in love with Trey. There's nobody saying anything. Grant Cohn is loving Trey. You'll not find a Bay Area beat writer saying one thing wrong with Mac Jones, and this goes around the league. So
and that's why we're here.
I'm hoping he's not hearing it.
Because the reality is what? What's the reality? Half of the first-round quarterbacks in NFL fail. Yeah. So there's potential for Trey Lance to fail. Don't say
that, though, because we can't afford that. He's got to succeed.
No,
I'm hoping he stays away from the noise.
I'm just saying the truth. So half these guys playing right now are going to fail.
Oh.
But I highly doubt
Yeah.
that with Trey Lance's parental privilege, having a dad that used to be on the team, prepare him from just a little tyke all the way to now.
Yeah, it helps.
A person who can learn offenses very, very quickly and protections and calls his own plays. Someone with his particular work ethic. Someone with his physical gift. And more importantly, somebody with a championship football team. It's unlikely he'll fail, but it's still a possibility.
Bob, we ran out of time. We'll be back tomorrow and let you continue with this and whatever tomorrow's subject matter is. All right, fam?
Yes, indeed, sir.
All right,
yes.
Bob.
Thank you, Dr. Ronbo. Everyone out there, please.
I like that, Dr. Ronbo.
like this channel, like this video, okay? Donate money. Shout out to production. Shout out to the people in the barbecue pit. Shout out to all Niner Nation. I know we all can't agree, but we can agree on this. Niner!
He's got the... He got the fade out fixed. I used to enjoy that. Sounds like a car horn that's stuck. You got that fade out fixed. Bob, the endurance is amazing. I'll see you tomorrow.
Ronbo, we out.
Night, Papa Dragon. That dude's got some endurance. Although he may have learned my trick of being able to breathe while you do that. Shouldn't have revealed that. I learned that from watching Kenny G. Ellis! Adam Rez, was that a plane? Oh, Ellis. Ellis might be with the kids. And maybe she'll come back and let me see. What you got here? Ellis. That's a lot of laughs. Ellis may have laughed himself to the floor. Pop, you killed Ellis. Oh, Ellis. Ellis may give a few more minutes. Oh, Emilio. Emilio. Emilio.
What happened?
Emilio, man, making bold predictions tonight. The boldest prediction, I hadn't thought about it. Because, I'm always scared. Even when we was good, I've always been scared.
No, not you. Not you.
Well,
Never you.
Phil came in and said he predicted a Super Bowl. Not just being in it, but winning it.
Hold your horses. If you remember, I done said this a while back. And I told you it was going to be Niners and Bills. So don't get too far ahead on the field. I've been said this a while ago. Don't start giving Bill credit there. No,
Okay.
Don't give Bill credit.
Hey.
I didn't say that a while before.
Niners versus who? Bills?
The Bills.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's another team that's getting, man, Josh Allen's getting some big-time hype.
Like I said, nothing wrong with Phil, but don't give him too much credit here now.
Phil, that's it. You get the second. I do remember Emilio doing that. Yeah, all right. Oh. So, Emilio, you did that one. Now, you got any other bold predictions? Because we've already heard about the 49ers. Also, Nick Bosa is going to be the Defensive Player of the Year. Of course, Trey is going to lead the 49ers to the promised land this year, and he'll win it all. The
only honestly way I see Trey starting is Jimmy really plays like straight garbage. That's the only way. And I don't see him playing like garbage because he wants to play his ass off. Because, he knows he's not the future quarterback. He knows. But
playing for a new team. Jimmy's out there auditioning on our dime. Yeah.
Because if he doesn't, he's out of the league.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be a backup somewhere else. He got his one payday. He's done. And that's it. He knows that if he doesn't ball out, it's no more Jimmy Thompson. Not even the Patriots would want Jimmy. But his career is over if he doesn't play that. He knows that. We all know that. So.
That's a motivator.
We all know he's not the future.
Knowing that you fall from this level out of the picture, you become Flacco.
He knows he has. No, he knows he needs to play his ass off. He needs to have a winning season.
Yeah.
He knows that. Because if he doesn't, his career is pretty much over at this point. He'll be a backup somewhere, but it's a do or die situation for him. He knows that.
Yeah. So, okay, and also, I mentioned Dre Greenlaw has been playing out of his mind this year as well. He'll be considered a Pro Bowler. And you know what, Billy? Wait, I know it's your time, but I just want to make one more bold prediction before you get ready to make it, because I know what you're getting ready to do. Jimmy J-Dub Ward is a Pro Bowler in 2021.
Yeah, he might. But I was thinking he might be our MVP this year, winning the Super Bowl.
Took it a step
Super Bowl
further.
MVP this year.
Look out.
Like I said, I know Trey, but the only way I see Trey playing, honestly, is Jimmy plays straight garbage. Yeah. Other than that, I see Jimmy being an MVP this year for the Super Bowl.
Ooh. Oh.
He needs to play his ass off.
Now, there's a prediction. I hadn't even thought about that. James
we win the Super Bowl. Who else is going to be
MVP?
I mean, it could be a defensive player.
Yeah.
That'd be his cherry on top. Him
George
becoming
Kittle.
MVP.
I guess George could be involved.
Oh, he could. It's a lot of players that can be involved, but like I said, for him, it'd be best.
Well, yeah.
He'd help him a whole bunch, and that way he wins. We can trade him for number one draft pick, and we're good to go. Because either way it goes, like I said, everybody knows he's not the future. He's just here to learn, to help Trey learn, basically.
But that would be a PR nightmare, though, for the front office. If Jimmy G wins the Super Bowl and becomes an MVP for this season, and they start talking about trading him, do you know that could be rough now every time Shanahan and Lynch or whomever is trying to make a deal, that would be under extreme attack. Because they're going to sign Fred Warner.
No, that
From what I
way.
understand,
No,
Fred
you
Warner
know what?
gets signed
You know what's
in
going to
3
come
weeks.
about that? A lot of people are going to come a calling because they're, like I said, everybody, even the league knows that Jimmy's not here to stay. So at that
They
point,
do.
the people should start calling. What do you want for Jimmy? What do you want for Jimmy? You're going to get called left and right.
If somebody does, if there's 2 first-round picks, I think most fans will say, okay.
Well, of course.
You know,
Who doesn't say no?
then they get the 2 first-round picks back.
I take one. I take one draft
One
pick. You
would be
just
fine.
Take one number one.
And then work on that.
Two.
Work on 2022
you can work
later.
from there.
Yeah.
Because then the 49ers can hustle. They're like, okay, he's MVP, he did all this. I want more than the number one. Then they can start,
And get a 3.
going around what they can ask
1
for.
and a 3. Just got 1 and 3 back. And then, hey, Emilio, what team right now looks suspect as far as next year? I say if Carson Wentz stinks up the place in Indianapolis this coming year.
You know what? You know what team I actually think? And if he doesn't play good, this is a long shot. I know he just got paid. I was saying Dak, but then I don't know. That's kind of a long shot there.
No, Dak.
I was, you never know. But no, then I think about it. They just paid this man, so I don't think they would want to do that.
They can't.
Maybe. Oh, you know what? The Colts.
That's what I'm
Carson
saying.
Wentz is not really.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
Wentz.
There you go, the Colts. There you go. Yeah, that'd be the team right there. Because, the team is ready to set to win, too. Yeah, they got almost everything. They're just missing that quarterback as well.
One more. If Brady or Aaron Rodgers does indeed say, "Look, I don't know what you people are thinking, but I'm the Jeopardy host. I'm not playing Green Bay. I'm out of here. I told you guys. You fooled me. You mess with the bull, you get the horns. I'm gone." And then now Jordan Love comes in and looks like average, maybe. If Garoppolo's got one thing, when he is on, he does have a certain amount of swag. I think Green Bay would take him, and maybe for a first-round pick, and put Jordan Love on the bench until his contract wears out.
You know what other team might be funny that might take his ass too? The Rams. The Rams might even take him. Think about it.
The 49ers will not trade with the Rams.
Hey, for the good price, why not?
Immediately, they ain't got no first-round pick.
Well, they'll figure something out. I'm just saying. They'll figure something. Shit, they done gave a whole bunch of shit away for a whole bunch of other players, so what's the difference now?
God,
the only other team I think, you know what, even the Seahawks might even do it. If, what's the name doesn't work out at the end of all this.
Wilson.
Think about it. You don't want to trade in your division.
No.
You think about it.
Because then he'll have his best seasons. He'll never get hurt.
You might even go with the Raiders.
Ooh. AFC anywhere is fine. See, because here's my feeling. If Jimmy G ever gets on a team, other than the one he's got this year, if he gets on a team with a decent offensive line and premier wide receivers, look out. Look out. All this nonsense about Jimmy can't do this and Jimmy can't do that, you give him premier wide receivers and offensive line, I guarantee you, he will kill.
Well, you could, hey, you know what? And you guys were just talking about Tannehill. Hey, why not Tennessee? Tennessee might even, giving up on the Tannehill. So you never know.
How long does Tannehill's got what on his contract, though? How many years?
I think he has 2 more years. I think. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. But I know he just signed the deal not too long ago.
Yeah.
But yeah.
At least, I think he got that deal last year. They re-signed him, I think.
I'm not sure. I'm just, it's just you got to really try to break it down. What team would really get? But as far as the now, I think the Colts will be like the best option for them to really try to. If Jimmy does, does all this, he wins the Super Bowl, comes MVP, has a great year. Yeah, I think the Colts will be like one of the first teams. I think too. So they're a team ready to win too. They just, they're kind of just missing their quarterback. That's their big thing.
Yeah.
They got everything else.
And
they got the defense. They got a good running back. They got a receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. This is what we'll be talking about this time next year. Actually, we'll be talking. The deal will already be done by now next year, though.
pretty much, because you think about it. As soon as the season's over and try to figure out what to do with Jimmy, they might even try to figure out before the draft around that time. You know what, Jimmy? Thanks for what you did. Time to move on.
Yeah, you got it. You got to do
said,
it before.
We all know at the end of the day.
You got to do it before the
Jimmy's
draft.
not going to be here that much longer.
Yeah, you got to do it before the draft. Well, you can get a first round. Well, it's hard to get a first round pick that night. You'd have to get. It'd be a future first round pick, but maybe you can get one that night.
Yeah.
But I want to get it before because I want that first round.
No,
pick
it should happen. So yeah, you're right. It should happen because we need it before the draft. So yeah, around free agency around that time. So it should happen around then, before the draft.
Because I can't imagine next year with no first round pick. Emilio, when's the last time we didn't have a first round pick? It's been a long time.
It's been a while, yeah.
Yeah, I don't care if we're picking number
it's been
30.
Well, I can't actually remember. It's been a while since we haven't had one.
Yeah.
I can't even remember. I know we traded somebody away. We didn't have a number one draft. We traded for somebody. We didn't have a draft pick, but I forgot who. And it's been a very long time since that happened.
Because that's the second biggest event of the year, between the Super Bowl and the draft. Well, I love me some draft night. Don't tell me I ain't going to be involved in the first round. That is everybody plans on the draft months in advance. As soon as the previous season's over, oh, yeah. Let's hope we get to that draft. Let's get to the draft.
No one's saying, hold on, they'll figure something out before then, because I know they're trying to figure something out. And that's what they're hoping, too. That's what they want. They want Jimmy to have a hell of a season.
Oh, everybody.
They want that so he can be traded.
For a number of reasons.
As soon as he does that, they already know Trey would be starting the next following year.
Yeah.
They just asked, how they asked Jed York to say, can we keep him for 2 years? I think that was just kind of speculative. Let's see if we can get something out of this man. We don't just want to cut him, because then we're cutting him for no reason, and somebody pick him up for cheaper.
Yeah.
We need something for Jimmy.
Because you got to get some compensation. And you'd be risking running 2 years, because then what if he gets hurt in the second year? Even if he does make it all through this year, what if he gets hurt in the second year? Then
I'm rooting for the hell out of Jimmy this year. Like I said, I want something for Jimmy. I want Jimmy to ball out.
Yeah.
Forget all the haters saying, we'll just get rid of Jimmy. So I'd say, no, we want something for Jimmy. Don't just get rid of Jimmy for nothing. I want something for Jimmy. And I don't see why other fans on here wouldn't want to see it. We want something for Jimmy. We want Jimmy to do his best, so that way Trey can come in and, okay, I got some big shoes to fill. Jimmy won a Super Bowl. I need to win a Super Bowl. So,
motivation for him.
To me, exactly, that helps. It's just like you think about it for him and Tom Brady. He wants to do it, not do as great as Tom Brady, but he wants to be like, well, I learned behind Tom. I want to be able to do what Tom did. At least win a Super Bowl. So,
and Trey says nobody's friendlier toward him than Jimmy. I wonder what that's about, but Anyway.
And you got to think about, you also got to think about one last thing. You think about Joe and Steve. Steve wanted to win the Super Bowl just like Joe. So, not didn't win as many, but they all wanted, he can do it. Why can I not do it?
Yeah. And you got to think like that if you're going to be in the NFL. You got to think that way. All right, fam. All right. I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to see you tomorrow since we didn't get no Sunday. We got to have some Monday and Tuesday. All right, fam.
All right. You have a good night.
You too, Emilio. All right. I guess we'll go back and check on America's favorite dad, Ellis.
Ronbo.
Hey, Ellis, man.
Yes, sir.
We saw you with the emojis. Ellis, Ellis must have fell off the chair and bumped his head. Ellis, come on in, man.
Oh, yeah. That was kicks right there. That was funny.
I tell you, man, because Papa
cracking me up.
Dude is definitely on some kind of drugs. But, hey, Alice, bold prediction night, and, you probably heard a few of them. What do you want to add to that bold prediction pot?
Well, first and foremost, Ronbo, if you don't mind,
Go ahead.
Can you do me a happy birthday? A special happy birthday for my grandmother, Miss Doris. It turned 86 today.
86? Oh, God, yes.
Yeah, please.
Let me get a sip of that happy birthday juice. It gets me fired up like high-octane gasoline.
Thank
you. Happy. Oh, we got a special B-day today. I know what you're saying. Rumble, my birthday wasn't special? No, we're talking about Is it Miss Dorsey?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Miss Dorsey. Oh, the
No.
world.
Miss Doris. Miss Doris. My
Miss
bad.
Doris.
I didn't.
It's Doris.
I thought you said Doris.
Doris. Oh, Doris, we got it straight now. Doris, the world would not be the same without a lady of your class and stature. I am ready to sing, and I know that you happen to be a 49ers fan just because your grandson is. Are you ready, Doris? Are you ready? Happy Niners birthday, dear Doris. Happy Niners birthday, Doris. Happy Doris. Maybe you should sit back. Don't turn the speaker down a little bit, because you know what? If you got any pets in the room, anything like that, baby sleeping, turn it down a little bit, because I'm getting ready to explode and do this. Happy Niners! Doris in the 8-6. Don't get no special than that. Doris, happy birthday. And get ready for to celebrate a Super Bowl 49er win season.
Thank you, Brother Ronbo. I appreciate it greatly.
It's my pleasure.
Very, very much, sir.
I don't get people to ask me to sing much. And
she's a Saints fan. She's from New Orleans. They're all Saints fans. Remember, I told you so.
Glad you let
but that's
me
all
know.
right, though. We bang, Niner ganging, man. So,
I'm so glad you didn't tell me till now. Doris, you've got to come back around. Let Louis Nolans ain't got nothing on the Niners. Huh.
Yeah, she's from Shreveport, so that's where where you're from is what you rep, so that's that that old school thing. That's how we do. But yeah, it's gonna be all good, man. Hopefully they have a good season, because I know we are.
Hey, as I was mentioning earlier, it's these odd seasons, odd numbered seasons. The 49ers seems to just do a number. So you know what? I'm looking for that trend to continue for sure this year. But Alice, make a bold prediction tonight, or else question some of the ones that have already been made. Whatever you want to do. What are you thinking?
Let's see. Let's go top 10 in sacks this year.
All right.
Can we do top 10 in sacks this year, fellas?
I would really love it. Yeah.
I think that would be exceptional. For the defense, I would say, and I mean, bold prediction. I guess I gotta step out the window a little bit, huh? At least put my feet out a little bit. Man, look, I'll
go toward the running backs. That's the one place I had been touched. Go toward the running backs. I have just realized, but I'm gonna. It's your turn. I'm gonna wait. I got another bold prediction for the running backs too. But go ahead. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I think Trey Sermon is gonna be a starting running back on his team. If not coming into the season, once the season is out, from what I've been seeing, I think he might win that job. I don't think Gallman's gonna get it. And because his familiarity with already running, pretty much similar stuff and things like that, it's already a fit for him. So I mean, that would be one bold prediction. It's for Trey Sermon to be a starter. I don't really know what's going to happen. I feel like Trey Lance, coming in this year is probably going to be before maybe or mid season. I'm just, that would be a bold prediction, I would say. But I'm not 100% absolute on that, because if Jimmy comes in and plays and it does the damn thing, I have no qualms with that, or no issues with him coming through. And who can we give a 1,000-yard season to? George Kittle. Kittle getting back over that 1,000 mark this year.
Yeah.
Let's get George Kittle to at least 1,000 this year. Come on, 1,100. You know what I mean? Let's get George Kittle 1,100 yards this year.
Because it's so much bigger than when Travis Kelce does it. But this year, George has got some wide receivers that defenses have to key on, too. Like Kelsey's had the whole time. And everybody talking about, Travis Kelce, man. I said, man, Travis Kelce's got Tyreek Hill over there, man. How you go double team on Travis Kelce with Tyreek Hill out there? And also, he's got Hardman on the other side. He's as fast as Hill. Kelsey's had it easy. So, George may have it easy this year, too. So I think you're right. I like that.
Yeah. It's about that time. It's about that time for George to, be able to really take off. And, I think this year he's going to go extra hard. So I'm just excited. I feel like he's going to really take the leadership or one of the leadership roles. I think we're going to have more than just one leader on this team. Defensively, offensively. So George could be offensively and, Fred could be on the D. But I think George is going to step up, though, even more in his role. And I want to see Kyle Juszczyk get at least 5 touchdowns this year. I want Kyle Juszczyk to get at least 5 damn touchdowns this year.
There it is.
At least. And that he can put more than that. He can double that number. He could probably triple that number. But, again, man, can we get Kyle Juszczyk in the end zone? Oh, and George's touchdowns. We need him to have more touchdowns than he has right now.
That's true.
We need George Kittle to get at least 10 touchdowns
all the way down
this
the
year.
field, and in the red zone, no George. It should be George. He got him down there. Let him have the TD. Exactly. I agree. There's a bold prediction. And Juice is the best bet. That is a bold prediction. Juice for 5 TDs.
At least. Give the man 5 scores, Kyle. Come on. Get him in because he's good for it. I think we only seen Juice get stopped, one time last year, and I don't even think that wasn't even because of him. That was just a bad play. But, Juszczyk, man, is he's a great player, man, and we're going to be always, putting him in one of the, better Niner players that we've had on this team and in this organization. So,
right.
I look forward to him really being able to get those opportunities this year because I think he's been kind of, feeling kind of out. I know personally, I would love to block. I'd love to be the asset that I am on the team and, see how much my presence allows the offense to facilitate and run smoothly and get all these things accomplished. But I want to be able to get some shine too. And I think it's been past due, Yeah. So let's get 5. Let's get 5 more for Kyle Juszczyk this season, at least. And Kyle, since you're throwing passes since you're throwing passes off the top of buildings into barbecue pits with the young tight end Joe Staley, who looks like he's more chiseled than almost George Kittle. I mean, I think it's only right. You put your boy in the game, and you guys went to Cabo this year. I'm sure he probably say, hey man, I want to get in that end zone somewhere. He might develop a day. Let Juszczyk get in the end zone, Kyle. He's probably got a dance coming. We need somebody to take up, fill in that void. I know we got Debo there, but
yeah, but you know what? What's his name's been working on his dance moves. If you see him in that video, man, made me laugh so hard, man. I said, KB taught Ayuk his moves, what you do after a TD. That was the same. That was KB's moves the whole way. So that's hilarious.
Yeah.
So we still got a guy who can dance in the end zone.
Yes,
right,
sir.
man.
Yes, sir, Brother Ronbo.
Let's give our best to Doris. I tell you what, and tell her to stop it with the Saints and it go happen. I'm gonna see you tomorrow.
Right. Yes, sir, Brother Ronbo. Thank you so much for the birthday.
My pleasure.
The birthday song for my great grandma Doris, and we thank you and we love you, man. We appreciate your platform. We appreciate production. Thank you all as always, man. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe, and yeah, man, we'll be back tomorrow.
All right, looking forward.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, be back tomorrow. Because we didn't do anything yesterday or Sunday. Sunday. So we're going to go ahead, because everybody's doing the barbecue and they're having fun. So Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, we should do Monday, Tuesday. All right.
Okay, Ronbo. Yeah,
right,
thank you again, family. I appreciate it greatly.
Back at you, man. Night. And it's Jesus. Jesus.
Yo, what's up, Ronbo, man, the man, the myth, the GOAT himself, Ronbo.
Just sitting back and relax and having a good time. Because we're looking at bold predictions this year, and Jesus, man, I know you got some. You got to acknowledge your dudes. Go ahead, man. We'll wait.
Yo, I'd like to give a shout out to my brother Eddie E. I'd like to give a shout out to my boys Chad Garrison, Tommy H, Don Bear, all my homies in here, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like to give a special shout out to my son, Ronbo, to Cardinals Nation, my new son that I'm going to claim on my taxes in 2022. I'm over here owning his ass, Ronbo. And he's just mad because I keep replying with him, and I'm making him look like a fool. You should go in the chat and you should read some of the stuff I'm telling him. He's just mad that I'm spinning straight fire bars to him. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, and earlier, it's so funny. As I said earlier, Cowboys. Hawks fans are in our division. Of course, we're going to talk about them and the Rams. And I said, guys, you notice we don't see Cardinal fans hanging out in the chat talking trash. And then as soon as I said that, all of a sudden, here's a Cardinals fan that you're having to beat up. Why? Because, Jesus, what does a Cardinal fan have to offer? Have they ever won a Super Bowl? Oh, wait a minute.
No, that's what I told him. I told him. You know what's funny? I told him, you probably went through more Cardinals losing seasons than you actually getting to enjoy your Cardinals win. And he got mad that I told him that. Because he knows that it's true.
I mean, it's just...
And I said, the Cardinals don't make quarterbacks either.
Have they ever been to a Super Bowl, actually? Does anybody know?
Yes, they have, and they lost. They lost to the Steelers.
What year?
2009, when Ben Roethlisberger, when it was supposedly the catch, when the Steelers got away with one. I don't think that was a catch in the end zone, but
that's right.
Me.
That's right. The Cards have been to Super Bowl once. That was it.
Yeah.
Because you know what's going to happen, Jesus? If ever the Lions ever go to Super Bowl and a few years go beyond that particular year, people are going to say, wait a minute, the Lions won a Super Bowl? As a franchise, you can't go 50 years without having ever been in a Super Bowl and for people to remember when you did, if it happened anywhere in that period of time. Oh!
Right.
Oh,
right.
Hilarious.
And and he was over here trying to say our quarterback is better than your quarterback, and I was like, at first, he's more athletic than Jimmy. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
But where's the playoff run? The Cardinals still didn't go to playoffs with having DeAndre Hopkins and Larry Fitzgerald.
I mean, how you not?
And
right?
that's kind of embarrassing.
I mean, it is. I mean, Jesus, I believe
it's kind of embarrassing.
It is. I don't want to take anything from Connor, but I do know that with those two receivers alone, not to even mention you got what's that, Kirk? Whatever his name is, that dude isn't bad. So you had three very decent receivers. Christian Kirk. Yeah. You know what? So
didn't they have David Johnson too?
I think so. The running back, right? So you
yeah.
know what? Yeah. Well, how you gonna do? You got all the weapons you need. Your defense was decent, and you still. And what's that fast guy that I hate? That I wanted him that year. He's like the 4 receiver. Runs a 4-3.
Oh yeah, the slot, right? Yeah, the slot, right?
Yeah. They're loaded with weapons.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know his name. I don't know his name on top of my head. But
you know what I'm talking about, though.
What you're talking about. He's not bad.
No,
he's not bad.
Well, the defense has to respect his speed. So I got all these guys, and I'm still letting the 49ers beat me last year. Damn near killed Kyler Murray. That's why Cliff Kingsbury's in trouble this year. A Cardinal fan, how do you feel about Cliff Kingsbury running your team?
Right.
But go ahead, man.
We went to Arizona. We went to Arizona, and we made Arizona look better than the Arizona Cardinals did.
I know we was the home team.
You know what I'm saying? We were the home team, and we whooped their asses, That's all I got to say, Like, the Cardinals, they're the Detroit Lions in our division, Ronbo.
Oh, ouch! Because you know what the thing is, we got a lot of 49er fans in Arizona. Before the Arizona became an expansion team, you had a lot of 49ers fans there to begin with, right? So AZ came in, and Andy Isabella, that's him. Thanks, Juan. But yeah, we got the parties 49er parties have there. They take pictures, man. It's crowded. People standing outside that bar they like to go into, and the places inside's filled up. And that's only a percentage of the fans, so
Oh, exactly. Ronbo, our fan base a couple years ago made a I don't know if you remember, but a couple years ago, there was a thing showing the 49ers had one of the biggest fan bases in the world. We got fans.
Yeah.
We got fans in NOLA. We got fans in Texas. We got fans in Arizona, like you said. We got fans in Seattle. We're deep in Seattle. But that's what we're taking. If people don't want to acknowledge that we have a big fan base in Texas. And people don't want to acknowledge that, and the Cowgirls know that.
Yeah.
The Cowboy fans know that, and they know that the red and gold runs deep out there in Texas, and everyone knows that red and gold runs pretty deep in New York too. But you don't hear about it. You remember back in 2014, it was more red jerseys in that stand than there was blue jerseys,
and we won that game.
Exactly.
For a touchdown to start the game. Vernon Davis touchdown. Oh, was Cowboys.
You know what I'm saying? I'm in here educating these dudes, and I'm like, yo, where's the battle at, Ronbo? You know what I'm saying?
It was fun. It's always been fun.
They're out here trying to defend their team so bad. They're trying to say that the Niners suck, but yet again, we accomplished so much. And each time that we've gone to the playoffs in this past 10 years, when we've gone to playoffs, we at least have gone to the NFC championships. You know what I'm saying? Where had these other teams been at? You know what I'm saying? Other than being at the bottom of the barrel, sucking and try to be on our level. You know what I'm saying? This is an empire, son. You know what I'm saying? You better get with it, or you get left behind, son.
Jesus, make a bold prediction, and you can make it along those same lines as to what is going to happen to our opponents. What would be the biggest, boldest prediction you can make right now? Will we see the Cowboys in the playoffs and we dominate them to the point that they ask to stop the game at the half?
The Cowboys, Ronbo, the Cowboys only go to the damn playoffs because that division sucks. You know what I'm saying? They could be a 5-12 team and still probably go to playoffs.
They missed it last year.
Everyone knows that. What was that, Ronbo? I'm sorry, I got to interrupt you.
The Washington team, they tried to compete with the Washington team. Was that year before last? Or didn't the Washington team win the division and the Cowboys came in behind them? And the Washington team was not that good. They had a great defense, but they weren't scoring any points. They backed into the playoffs with a sub-500 record. Where were the Cowboys then? Oh!
Right.
Well, Dak got hurt. You guys can't say anything. When Jimmy gets hurt, you suck.
Yeah, but you guys do this when Dak is healthy. The year before last, what happened? See, they can't offer no. They can't go back and forth with us as far as that goes.
Isn't it Dak Prescott like a 5,000 yard quarterback, like a 4,000 yard quarterback, like throwing, and they still can't go to playoffs and win a game? You know what I'm saying? The Cowboys are just pathetic. You know what I'm saying? Their whole fan base is pathetic, Ronbo. You know what I'm saying? Each time I see a Cowboy fan, I have to educate the asses out here.
And it's easy,
Oh, it's way easy. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Yo, I feel like the Cowboys, I feel like they live more in the past than the Niners fans do. You know what I'm saying? And they said that we live in the past.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They always gotta try to bring up Emmitt Smith and Irvin and Troy Aikman. You know what I'm saying?
And even Irvin says
that was
Jerry Rice is definitely the GOAT. Hey, since we done ran out of time, fam. We'll see you tomorrow. You're doing great work.
All right,
you're doing God's work in that chat. Keep it up. You and Tommy are a vicious team. I love it.
Oh man, you know what, Ronbo? We love you, man. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks, man.
Especially, man, we got your back, Ronbo. Thank you for taking my call, man. I hope you have a blessed night.
It's always a pleasure. Looking forward to tomorrow. Hey, Zeus, have a good night, fam.
You too. Thank you.
Oh God. So anyway, that's what I like. We don't. What we did, we used to have mods, but you know what's better than having mods? Having guys that wage war against those that would be kicked out. Tony, come on in, T.
What's up, Ronbo? How you feeling?
Tony, feeling good, man. You know, a holiday weekend will do that to you, and feeling just great. And Tony, and also laughing at the fact that there's a beat writer out there. You know, Tony, we could do a whole show on beat writer quotes and be laughing until we couldn't stand it no more, holding each other up. You know what I'm saying? Reese of ESPN, I forget his first name, but he says, 49ers will be getting a note from the New England Patriots as to thanking them for not picking up Mac Jones with the number 3 overall pick. I said, come on now, y'all. Did you go too far? What? I don't think so.
Yeah. It's like Rudy. I don't take many of those writers seriously either.
Hey, get ready, Tony. He's got a new setup. I believe he's going to open up his chat. I believe he's going to open up a channel. It's called Familia, Ramelia, and I think we should all go over and pay a visit. I've got it. In fact, I got to do that later on. I was going to do it yesterday, and just go over there and just trash him. Say, you know, this is Ramelia. There's a lot of 49er fans over here. See what you did? See, what you did is you went around to the entire Niner Empire, made everybody in it mad. Now, there's no room for Rams. All you're talking to is 49er fans.
Yep. Payback time, yep. But, you know, Ronbo, we just stating facts. They got to replace their offensive line.
Yeah.
They got rid of their defensive tackle. They got rid of a couple defensive backs. And they haven't replaced. They don't have any money to get anybody to replace them.
And Tony, Matt Stafford is not famous for getting slapped, beat, and kicked and thrown to the dirt for 4 quarters. So, you know, the Rams may have stuck their foot in their mouth with this deal by not picking up some offensive personnel. Line.
No. They got some good offensive players, but if you don't have that line to protect you, I don't think Matthew Stafford's going to lead the league in interceptions, but I think he's going to throw over 20 interceptions.
I saw that on Twitter. That wasn't you, was it, Tony? Somebody on Twitter predicted Matthew Stafford will lead the NFC in INTs. Tony, Matthew Stafford was playing in one of the most notoriously, Chicago has had a couple seasons here and there. There's no consistency with power in that division. You've had the Bears have had a couple of seasons here and there. Also, the Lions are usually that team that everybody can't wait to play. And then, of course, you have the Vikings who they're stuck in third gear. They'll never get out of somewhat mediocrity because the fact is they don't seem to know what the next level is. You know, except for that one year they took the Saints down. And Tony, there's another question. Are the Saints, have we overrated the Saints down through the last few years?
I've been underrating them for years. Yeah, I think so. But you know what though? The Aints, man, they got one of the best O-lines in football along with your team. I count 6 or 7 teams with the best O-lines, and I think it's you guys, them, Dallas, Tennessee, Indianapolis, and then there's one more I can't think, but they got a beast of offensive line. I love their offensive line. Not gonna lie. They're overrated. The secondary's garbage.
Yeah, this is what I'm trying to say. Lattimore is good back there, but this is why I say, you can't. That robbery that happened to them in that playoff game when Diggs came out there and robbed them, they had that made. I give the refs credit for the game against the Rams. That was clearly pass interference, and the ref swallowed his whistle on that, and the Rams end up going in and embarrassing the entire NFC with that Super Bowl against the Patriots.
Well, that's true. That's true, but the Aints secondary, Lattimore sucks. He couldn't cover Julio. Julio ate and Calvin really ate him for breakfast too. But he thinks he's all that. Their secondary's awful.
Yeah, and he's the best one in it. So you really said something when you said that, because the rest of that secondary is they're average.
Straight garbage.
Yeah.
But you know what, though, too, Ronbo? Going back to the Rams, Matthew Stafford's got to go up against D. Ford. He's got to go up against Joey Bosa, Armstead,
Nick Bosa,
J.J. Watt. What's the other guy's name? Chandler Jones, Carlos Dunlap. It's not going to be easy for him this year.
And
that's
the
twice.
Hawks,
You got to face all those guys twice.
and the Hawks, they have Jamal Adams. He'll put a rush on you, especially if they know you can't get away. So
Yep.
So it's gonna be interesting to see, what they were able to accomplish with that offensive line. Stafford's got to have some time to throw. He's not mobile, and he's fragile.
Nope. Yeah. But you know what? We'll see. And then I want to see NFL Network eat crow when the Rams don't do what they say they're going to do. Because if they act like they forgot about it, I'm going to remind them.
Tony, you and me both. I'm so sick of people sitting up there to talking about how the Rams go dominate the West. I don't understand. I could say, okay, the Rams have a chance to win the West, but they're talking like the Rams, it's going to be a cakewalk. They just go walk all over the NFC West. I said, yeah.
And Maurice Jones-Drew saying that Stafford's going to win MVP. Nah.
See what I'm saying?
Not going to happen.
See?
Maurice Jones-Drew of NFL Network saying that Stafford's going to win MVP.
Every time they start, I feel like I want to mute the TV or go get up and do something else. You look at it, and you look. I got up close to the screen one time. 60 inches of TV, I'm standing right in it. I'm trying to look at the dude's face and see if he's serious when some of these guys are talking. See, he really means that.
Right camera saying that. Yeah.
Oh, you serious?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? The hell is that?
But one thing they did say today that I like, matter of fact, a couple hours ago, they said the Dallas Cowboys, they care more about entertainment than winning. I'm like, I agree with that 100%.
Tony, Tony, if you were in the PR department, if you came up with that.
No, not at all.
No, but if you were in the PR department of the Dallas Cowboys, that is one of the most clever things you can say, because that takes a lot of pressure off you. Because if it's understood, if I'm getting you to understand as a Cowboys fan, then listen, we're equally entertained. I mean, we're equally as concerned with the entertainment value of our club as we are winning. So some of what you may see may be more aesthetics than it is toward trying to actually win ball games. Jerry, that's what you might as well say. If you're out there doing weird things to get people's attention away from the fact that you're only playing 500 football, that means as an owner, it's time for you to sell the team. If I was a Cowboys fan, I know guys. I mean, Tony, I've known guys down through the years that used to be Cowboy fans. And you notice I said the key word there, used to be. And the reason they stay as used to be, because they got tired of Jerry Jones pretending to be a general manager. I loved it. I couldn't stop laughing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, from 2000 to the present, they've been a joke. I'll give it to them the 90s. We'll go back in the 90s and backwards, yes. But from 2000 to the present, they've been a complete joke. And Jerry Jones is the ringleader. That's why I call him Mr. Spotlight.
Mm-hmm. And you were right, too. The dude got rid of Jimmy Johnson, and that was the beginning of the end. And Jones.
Yep, and been chasing ever since.
Yeah, he's walking around talking like, I know what I'm doing.
But you know what? Their fans and that Cowboys family podcast, they're delusional, Ronbo. They actually think they're going to the Super Bowl. I pissed them off last night. Something fierce. And all I was doing was talking facts. I wasn't joking with them this time. Well, your Falcons, I tell you what, I bet you Dean Pease, our defensive coordinator, matter of fact, Dean Pease is a better defensive coordinator now than Dan Quinn was with Seattle. Dean Pease is 2-0 in Super Bowls. I'm with Baltimore, one with New England.
I tell you, if you guys, I can't wait to see, I mean, my draft crush. You know that boy Keys was my dude. I said, y'all, give me, I mean, I know we supposed to do this, we supposed to do that. We traded up to number 3. But if you can get Keys to roll with George Kittle, talk about them 2 tight end sets all of a sudden taking on a whole new persona. Oh, what does he look like? What is my dude looking like out there? What reports are you hearing about him?
Talking about Kyle Pitts?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, I got Keith Pitts.
Yep, he's doing all right. Oh, they just signed his deal, and then one of the bloggers in the chat, his name is Smitty, he said, now Kyle Pitts, He just signed a $36 million contract. I don't know how much was guaranteed, but they gave him a $21.3 million signing bonus. He says, Kyle Pitts is 20 years old, just signed a $21.3 million signing bonus. That's a lot of money for a 20-year-old in Atlanta. I lost it.
And the bad thing is, it's like I'd have to. Kyle, listen. I really value the fact that you're on this ball club. Kyle, I'm gonna chaperone you for this year. You understand? Listen, Kyle. Before you get mad, wait a minute. If you survive this season and you don't do anything stupid, I'm gonna add a couple more million, and nobody's gonna know about the incentives. I just want you to be here. Yes. I'd be so scared. Like you're saying, that's too much money for a kid his age. He's going to get stupid on you. I know
it. Stay out of those Atlanta strip clubs.
And you don't need a massage. If you need a massage, come to the club. And, if you like feminine massages, we'll bring a girl in here that we know will keep her clothes on and give you a good job, and you ain't got to be worried about the media.
But I heard he has a good, tight family, though. That's from what I heard.
Okay.
So that's a good thing.
Yeah. Good home raising always makes a difference.
Got that foundation that's kind of they're helping him, too, in his first year. You know what I mean?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, he should have that kind of mama. Kyle, you bring your money. I'm gonna put my name on your account. I'll handle everything, all right? You just get out there and you play football. And I'm going to set you up, fix you up so you ain't never got nothing to worry about. Even if you get hurt this year, you can retire. And mama can retire.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You got to have that kind of moms. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man. Also, actually, when I look at your division, you the Panthers, I don't see you guys having problems with the Panthers this year.
That beat scares me, Ronbo. Their front seven is nasty.
Oh, they got a pass rush this year?
Their front seven is nasty. Yeah, man. They got Atlanta's gotten a lot younger, and so does Carolina. But their front seven with former first round pick Brian Burns from Florida State.
Oh.
DaQuan Jones, who they got from Tennessee.
Hey, those guys.
Derek Brown, their first round pick last year out of Auburn.
Those guys are maturing. Yeah.
The Yatir Gross Matos out of Penn State. Those young boys can ball.
See, that's how you build a team. They've been picking this team. They've been putting that together for 2-3 years now, right?
Yep, they got Hassan Reddick from the Arizona Cardinals. The outside linebacker.
Oh, they picked up Reddick? That's right. That deal happened a couple of months ago, right?
Yes, sir.
I forgot about that.
Yes, sir. Yep. So I'm not taking them lightly. Their secondary ain't all that though.
See, a lot of teams bank on the fact that, and even the 49ers to a lesser degree, you put the front four up there to just raise complete hell. The secondary can be just good to average players and be efficient. That's what it takes in the NFL. If the quarterback is out there running around and getting free and getting all day to throw, he doesn't even have to be good to pick a secondary apart. That just works in the offense's favor. But if he's under siege from the first quarter to the fourth quarter, it's going to be rough out there for his passes. I mean, it's just not going to happen.
But they did draft J.C. Horn out of South Carolina with that first-round pick, one of those corners. So they did get him, but he's a rookie. He's still learning. I'm just laughing at the Cowboys starting their first-round pick from last year and their second-round pick from this year. Those are their two starters at corner. I love that.
Hey,
that's not too much experience.
Isn't Horn isn't he the one with the back problem?
For the Cowboys?
Yeah. Which one? There's a premier kid coming out of the draft that had something wrong with his back. Was that Horn?
That's J.C. Horn. He's with Carolina.
I feel sorry for him.
Yep, so I don't know when he's going to be ready. I don't know when he's going to be ready.
That kid's got 4.3 speed?
Yeah, I know.
And actually, I was looking at him before the draft, and then all of a sudden that news came and said, oh, no. He's got back issues? As a rookie?
Yep.
That's only going to get worse. Oh, that's too bad. But Panthers took a chance on him. maybe they brought him in for an examination and they can see it. Maybe the doctor gave him good reports, like us with Jalen Hurd. See, Hurd's got developed a back issue in his first year with us, and then of course that it may have been the reason why he tore his ACL. Jalen Hurd, man. What the NFC West don't know, if Jalen Hurd's healthy, that's too much for the rest of the league. Because Ayuk's going to be, we figure Ayuk's going to be fine. Debo is going to be Debo. And so you got Jalen Hurd to help now. That's going to be a wrap. That's too much. That would be too much for George Kittle. Yeah. Hurd, Kittle.
You still got Mr. Dependable to help move those chains when you need them. Sanu. He's going to move those chains.
Yeah. I kind of hope he makes a team because of his veteran presence. So we're going to see about that. It's going to be rough, but I hope he makes it.
Yeah.
Oh man, because you need that kind of guy in them games where guys are sitting around, nerves are killing them. They're trying to overachieve. They're putting too much pressure on themselves. You need Muhammad to come down there, hang loose, baby, hang loose. You got this, you got this, you got this. You just go out there and do what you do, and that's all that's going to be necessary. Anything else, everything else will take care of itself. Let's go. Loosen up. Breathe, damn it. You got to have those kind of guys out there to keep those kids loose. So
that veteran presence, you're absolutely right.
Yeah. So, Tony, always a pleasure. I'm telling you, man, I'm going to go, and we'll be back tomorrow if you got some time for us. All right?
Yes, sir. And everybody in the chat, please hit the likes.
Thanks.
197 people in the chat, only 102 likes. Hit the likes, hit the likes, hit the likes, please.
Tony, one thing we do attract around here, though, is we have a percentage of fans, and not you, but we have a percentage of people who come over here just to be evil. They think our chat room is now developed, it's become an entity within itself. People come over here to try to deal with our chat room, and our guys are standing up like an army waiting for them at the gate. It's hilarious to watch the ass whoopings that take place. A round of applause for the Ronbo chat. Well, y'all are doing God's work. I love it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, Tony. I'll see you tomorrow.
Always a pleasure. Talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks, Tony. There he goes. And it's so funny. There are some good people out there from other teams. We don't see a lot of them. Tony's one. The Seahawks fan is another. He only comes in, he talks football, and when he makes a comment, it's one that you can actually engage. The hoes, and you know what? That come in here talking trash. They came in here for that reason, and we're obliging them. Love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for the contributions. And fam, hit that like. I want that myself. I know! For the win. Oh.